Wednesday morning. Good morning, everybody. Christian Bigglesworth here with you. Lauren here with you. We are the Q92 Morning Show, and it is the 7 o'clock hour. Hope you're having a good start to your day. What we got for you this hour? Well, later on, we have got a chance for you to win Matchbox 20 tickets. A special guest, Matt Nathanson. That show a couple weeks away at Blossom Music Center, June 13th. That's a Tuesday. It'd be a great show to go see. 8 o'clock hour, it's a Your Call Wednesday. Not to mention, we'll be talking to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we'll be getting a finalist to win that Blackstone flat top grill for Father's Day. Another chance to become a finalist in the 9 o'clock hour. Of course, in the 9 o'clock hour, as well as I've been talking about, we'll be joined once again by Antonio Valdez, the Valdez team at Keller Williams and Cliff Cox, Cross Country Mortgage. We're talking about the listing process for your homes. Homes values are way up and things you can do to prep your home. How they are selling fast. You know all the good stuff you guys want to hear. You might be in the market to sell. You might be looking to buy. We're going to go through that with them, kind of tell you what some of the trends are, what they're seeing, and things that are working as far as the housing market. So that is what we got on the show coming up here this morning. Thank you guys for having us on your radios. Thank you guys for streaming us at Q92radio.com. And, of course, thank you if you're watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And not to mention, for those watching today, you know the drill by now. If you're new to it, here is the drill. All you got to do is go like our live video stream and leave a comment. Could be hello, could be good morning, whatever you like. And we're going to randomly select one of you at the end of the show, hook you up with a 6-person VIP African Safari Wildlife Park VIP car pass. You can drive around and feed a damn animal. They always say bison on the sheet, so I always go with bison. So we have all that for you. That's all coming up here in the next couple hours. So, my God, that's a lot. Lauren now here with us. Lauren, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Might be me. To see if I'm muted. Yep, that's me. Lauren, good morning.
How are you? Good morning.
Oh, you sound sick.
I do?
Oh, now you don't. Okay. I was like, uh-oh.
Maybe it was just my audio coming in, but no, I'm good.
I was like, oh, no, she traveled and she got a cold.
No, I'm good.
Good. Coming to us live from, I believe, Zimbabwe.
Not Zimbabwe.
South Carolina.
Yep, I'm in Georgetown, South Carolina. My niece is graduating tonight.
Oh, what'd you get her? Gift card?
Actually, nothing yet.
Still some time.
Yeah. So.
How was the trip?
Long, very long.
How long is it? How long is that drive?
It's about 10 hours.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ocean City, Maryland's about 8-9.
Yeah, it took us about 10 hours yesterday and no traffic, which was fine. But I think because we left so late in the day, it felt like we were never going to get here. So.
Yeah, well, when we leave for Ocean City, we actually leave at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we usually leave around like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So leaving at 10:45 yesterday was difficult.
But it was. Man, I never watched the video ever, but I have to see it today because you're not here.
Yeah.
Man, my shirt looks awful. Needs iron.
I don't think it looks too bad.
I just grabbed it. It's hard at 4:20 in the morning. It's like look around. It's like, oh, let me find my good shirt.
Well, if you're like me, you get dressed in the dark when it's that early.
Do it. I got to be quiet and I'll wake up a baby. So I got to like use my ninja stealth skills to like be as quiet as possible. Like putting on it because I don't understand how with a kid, like during the day, there could be a war going on outside and the kid won't budge. At night, if like a fly farts, he wakes up.
That's because they know you want to go to sleep. You realize that, right?
What? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But I'm glad you got there safe.
Yeah, thank you. It's beautiful here. We're in Georgetown, which is the second oldest city in South Carolina. If you're ever anywhere near Charleston or Myrtle Beach, Georgetown's like right in between. It's gorgeous. So far, everything's been great. So
very good. Very good. Text message. Lauren, where are you? Christian's lost without you. LOL. She's right there.
I'm right here. Literally right here.
Thanks to technology,
right?
We can here and not be here. So, pretty crazy. Who'd have thunk you could do stuff like this now?
I know. It's really cool. How do I sound?
I mean, it sounds like you're on Skype or like you're on like StreamYard or something like that, but you're fine.
Okay, good.
Everything.
Okay, I wondered.
There's no echo. There's no reverb. There's no feedback. You're fine.
Good. I tested the Wi-Fi last night, and I was like, "Ooh, it's really strong." So
you know what you need to do? I got this when I got COVID, and I was trying to come back to work, and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
which I get it. But I was like $30. I bought myself this mic. It's USB and just plugs into my laptop. And I haven't had a chance to use it yet because I haven't been like where I couldn't come in and do the show yet. But I could. But I really do like it. I've tested it out and listened back to it. I like it. Like it's like $30. So I'm just
I'll have to get one.
Because I think it's worth it. Because I have it at home now too. If that ever happens to me or where I can't come into work, but I can do the show, I'm using the mic. So.
Yeah. See, and I'm using these AirPods, and I have to go with just one.
I got you. Coming up this hour, it is an eerie for those OGs of life out there. It is not. I wouldn't call it a celebration, but it is a reminder today. Back in 1985, a big thing happened around Northeast Ohio, and it affected a lot of our listeners. I wanted to bring it up in a little bit here, and actually, if you're watching, I'm gonna put a graphic. Jake, do you have the graphic that I sent you?
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet. We'll put that up so you guys can see that. I'm curious if any of you guys will remember this and remember that, because I remember I was a little child. I mean, I was a little child, but I remember this day. It was on May 31st. And if I say the year, you guys will already know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if Lauren, I don't know if you'd remember it.
I don't think I'd remember it, but I think I might know where you're going with this.
So, but I'm going to show you if you're watching. We'll talk about it here in a second. How big and how incredible that day was for a lot of the people in our listening area. Whew, insane. That's coming up. It's 10 minutes after 7. It's Miguel and Sure Thing. It's Q92. This is a Tinder. Hey, question for you. Girl writes back, question mark. Can I read this? It's a song lyric.
Okay.
For a Kid Ink song.
Okay.
And it's he'd like to eat something like groceries. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Ew.
Dummy. Yeah. That was his second message. After that, I have.
He came in strong.
He came in hot. He came in real hot.
Ugh.
All right, here we go. This is an Instagram DM, all unanswered. Started in March, ended in October.
Okay.
Messages a couple throughout.
March to October, right? Okay.
All unanswered. Hi. Wish I were able to meet you. I lost your number and work a lot. Sorry. Just every time I see your pictures, I want to hang and meet you so bad. You're so cute and look cool to be around. Blah, blah, ha. K. Love your smile. Gotcha then.
Do ya? Because something else come after
reminder,
that?
Gentlemen, Christian Bigglesworth's rules for DMing. 2. You're allowed 2 unanswered. If you send 1, it's unanswered. I think it's fair to send 1 more.
And then you move on.
If you get to 2 and you realize there's no response, it's time to move on.
Yes.
She has read them. She has seen them. She has felt no reason to write back.
There's nothing there compelling her.
I feel like at 2 messages, I don't feel that looks pathetic.
Some people don't care. This whole first look thing is like a thing. You know about the first look?
No, yeah. I don't.
Or like, well, okay, so they'll have the groom, they'll have their videographer come. Their groom will stand there. The bride will sneak in behind him.
Oh, yeah, then they make a
video. Turns around. They make a video. They get
cries.
The first reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful.
Oh, can't leave her in a white dress. I had no idea. No, I get it. I actually saw a girl there getting pictures taken. She looked like she was in, I don't know if it was a wedding dress.
Okay.
It was white and it had like flowers on it, not like part of the pattern.
Okay.
And it was a flowing, gorgeous. Looked beautiful.
Maybe people out.
I'm like, are people starting to get like wedding dresses and aren't so just plain white? Or was that maybe just a very formal dress?
I think so. Well, you don't have to go with white.
It was white, but
you could do ivory. People have had like
flowers
white
everywhere, and I thought she looked stunning. Someone's song has become the fastest to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify. The fastest. It is, now listen for the clues I'm going to give you here before we blurt out Taylor Swift. This is someone who is current.
Okay.
This is a solo artist.
Okay.
This is not a band or group.
Okay.
All right? So it's a recent song. Because think about what we're saying. This is the fastest to reach 1 billion Spotify streams.
1 billion.
1 billion, the fastest.
Do we play the song here?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Have we? I'm sure we still
Was
do.
that I'm now trying to read everything to see what's a clue and what's not.
No Easter egg there. No
Okay.
Easter egg.
Dang it.
Who do you think? What solo artist do you think had a song? Maybe this year. There's one. That is one. That came out. It's been played so much that it is now the fastest song to ever reach 1 billion streams on Spotify.
All right.
Hold on, let me see if the text line gets it before. Don't look.
I'm not looking at the text line. I swear to you.
The two guesses on the text line. Oh, someone did get it. They don't have the song, but they have the artist. Don't you look.
I'm looking
Don't
right at you. Look at me.
dare.
See?
It was the artist was guessed
Okay.
on the text line. Are you
I have
ready
a
to
guess.
give your guess?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with this just because every time I turn around, it's playing not just here, but every station. I'm going to go with Miley.
And the song?
Flowers.
Yes!
Did I really get it right?
You got it.
Woo!
You got it right.
Have you ever in your life
You're
wanted
going
to put
to
a
be
toe in your
arrested.
mouth?
A toe in my mouth?
Have you ever, other than maybe Jimmy's, like to kiss them?
That is the cutest
It
thing
is
in the
really
world.
cute.
That
I've
is the
done it.
cutest thing in the world.
But an adult's toe. Have you ever had the urge?
I don't hate feet. I'm not necessarily a
Have you ever wanted to suck them though?
wanted. I'm sure I have.
Like suck
know
a
I
toe.
I'm sure I have.
Ugh.
I'm not boring, Lauren. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm not missionary only. Lights off.
you're so dumb.
All right, that is.
You're so dumb.
I'm not.
I have never.
And no
though.
talking. No talking.
Mm.
But there is a huge difference in that with two consenting adults and going into a stranger's hotel room.
I get it.
Sounds like the guy from Mr. Deeds that loved changing socks.
You know,
crazy.
I know you've always told me about the foot fetish and all that kind of stuff. We've had discussions off air about this.
Christian, no, don't lie on air. I'm just lie. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I was watching TikTok last night. It's so weird that this topic came up. And some lady, you know where they go up to people and they're like, all right, what's your name? What do you do for a living? How much do you make? And it'll be like a bunch of different professions in different cities, like, and how much they make. And the girl was like, I don't want to tell you. And she's like, why? When she asked her what she did for a living. She's like, I sell foot pictures and videos. And she's like, on OnlyFans? She's like, no, there's a website called Fun with Feet.
Or Foot Finder.
Well, it's called Fun with Feet, the one she was talking about. And she's like, how much have you made this year? And she's like, I'm really close to $100,000. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So obviously the foot fetish obsession is a lot larger than any of us know or are willing to admit, obviously.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's a money maker. And it's not even, think about the girls on OnlyFans. You're not even doing that. You're just taking off a sock.
Yeah.
Q92. It's another warm and summer-like dry weather day. Our high today, 86 degrees, bright sun all day long, maybe a couple of clouds. Overnight lows tonight down to 60 with a clear and starry sky. I am Art J. Weather from News 5.
on today's hit music. It's Q92. About 10 minutes away from a look at sports. Christian Lauren here with you on your Wednesday morning and a Your Call Wednesday coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Also this hour, Matchbox 20 tickets to give away for their show June 13th at 7:30 p.m. Didn't know this till I saw this morning. I mentioned it briefly or kind of alluded to it a couple minutes ago. But back on this date, May 31st, 1985. That's going back away. 1900s, folks. Before electricity. A huge tornado outbreak that we had in around that affected a lot of the listeners in this, more so in the Mahoning and Trumbull counties, your Youngstowns, your Warrens, but there was an F1 in Stark County in East Sparta that day. And if you're watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, there's a graphic that shows not only how many there were and how strong they were, but how far they went on the ground. And when you look back at that day, Lauren, I think you can see that. That is an insane event that happened in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. Insane. And that F5 that started in Portage County went all the way through Trumbull County into Mercer. That thing was on the ground for over an hour. And you look at the F2 that started in Kinsman that went all the way to Venango County into Forest County in Pennsylvania. That's how long they were on the ground. Do you have any remembrance of that day or that event, or no? Is that just like nothing because you're growing up in Canton?
For me?
Yeah.
I would have been 4. I have zero remembrance of it whatsoever.
I remember being a kid and all the sirens going off. I remember my dad was sent home from work. I just remember everyone was so serious, because you hear the tornado sirens every year. You know what I mean? If you've grown up in Northeast Ohio, whether you've seen a tornado or not, you've heard the sirens a time or two in your life. There's no way you haven't. You know what I mean?
Oh, it still terrifies me as an adult when I hear them. I know that sounds stupid, but I hated storms growing up, especially tornadoes. So.
Oh, I was petrified of storms when I was a kid. Petrified. Yeah. I would try to sleep in my parents' room, and my dad would get so mad. I still remember that one time I asked if I could sleep in their room on the floor because it was storming outside. And I woke my dad up, which was a bold move on my part. Normally we go to mom. We went to mom for that, not dad. But I decided I gotta ask dad. It's right there. So I asked him, and he looked at me half asleep. I was like, Dad, it's storming. Can I stay in here and sleep on the floor? Remember, he goes, my son, my hero. He goes, it's like, yeah, go ahead. But he had this look of Jesus, God, son. It's just a thunder. And now I love him. Now I absolutely love them. But that day was so crazy. And there were so many tornadoes.
Yeah.
In Ashtabula, Trumbull, Mahoning, Portage, Columbiana. Even an F1 in Stark in East Sparta. There was an F1. Yeah. It was an incredibly... You'd never seen an event like that again.
I mean, I hope not. Rob on Facebook said his great-grandmother lived in Newton Falls and slept through the tornado.
Slept through it?
Yeah.
An F5. Isn't that the highest category a tornado can be?
An F5, I believe so.
Yeah. There was an F5, an F3, an F2, an F2, an F1, and an F2. All in the span of one afternoon. One afternoon, they all hit. Oh, man. Let me see here. Text message. I remember in the early 2000s, I was in a Chuck E. Cheese in Belden Village. The tornado hit the building behind the Chuck E. Cheese. You remember that one?
I do remember there being one up by the Strip.
I did not know a tornado hit around the Strip.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it really was more like Jackson Township area, but yeah.
Woo.
I remember as a kid, do you remember, well, I don't know if you'd remember this, but Sam's Club used to be across from where the bistro is, Cinemark Bistro now, and there was a tornado warning when we were in Sam's Club, and they made us leave the club, and there's railroad tracks that run next to it, and we had to go down in that ditch. That's what they were instructing you to do. And I was like, this doesn't seem at all. Can we just go home?
Yeah. They always told you a ditch, and you're always like, really?
Right. Yeah.
Like that.
I don't know. I feel better with a basement.
Yeah. Someone texts, who is talking? That's Lauren. I know she sounds different today. She's not in studio.
No.
Someone doesn't know who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a little different.
Hopefully I'm going to change locations in our house, so hopefully my audio will sound a little better here shortly.
So that's all. That's Lauren. She's just in South Carolina doing the show today.
Yes, I am.
She's there. But yeah, something I just thought was interesting just to mention in passing, because it was on this day in 85 that happened. I mean, my God.
Yeah, Emily from Facebook says she remembers watching the trees and they were kind of like twisting around themselves.
Ugh.
She said they could watch them the outside storm from their basement window.
My dad worked, it was an RMI Titanium, Niles, Ohio. It's not that anymore. It's got like 7,000 different names in the last 10 years, but he watched it go behind them. He watched it go. Like, he saw it. It's an F5. That is the most dangerous tornado you can get. And it was
That's devastating.
Yeah, and it was on the ground for over an hour. Like, that's insane. Insane. And the F4.
An hour. That's a long path.
Yeah. An F5 stayed on the ground that long. If it stayed on the ground for a minute, 2 minutes, you're like, oh, my God. So, yeah, for all you, like I said, you veterans, you OGs out there, you remember that day, May 31st, 85. Came up on things to remember on May 31st. Pretty crazy. Coming up, sports. Text message. I hated storms too and would always sleep in my parents' or brother's room. My brother or sister's room. That would have given me no safety. I used to think lightning was going to come in my room. That was my thing. I thought it was going to come through my window and zap me, and that would be it.
Mm-hmm.
And every flash I saw was just more terrifying. It was the lightning that scared me more than the thunder.
Oh, see, it was kind of both for me, but you always talk about your mom and how she says, like, everything you do, like, and you're going to die. Yeah. I can thank my mom, even to this day, when there's a storm. Like, I'm afraid to talk on the phone. I'm afraid to have the TV on. I stay away from the windows.
Don't get in the shower during a lightning storm. You'll die. Thunderstorms, I always ran down the street to my buddy's house. Because you were scared? Because listen, no one was more scared of storms than me. And what I think is so hilarious now is that I love a thunderstorm now.
Well, we get a little wiser as we get older.
I love it. I'll go outside, watch it come in. I watch the wind pick up. I love it. Watch the radar. If Mark Johnson's live, I'm like, oh, this is great.
Oh, I usually go to him for sure. Yeah.
So incredible. My dad told me one time that the car was the safest place to be during lightning and the thunderstorm. So I would go out in the car into the garage and hide. Yep, rubber tires.
Yep.
The rubber tires would protect you. That'd be you run to the garage again. That is awesome. I remember when there was a hurricane somewhere when I was like 9 and we got affected a little. Mad heavy winds and rain, but I was in the middle of the road looking at the sky. I was a storm chaser. I'd love to be a storm chaser.
Not me.
I got electrocuted when I was a kid, which is what made me scared as a kid.
That would do it.
Yeah. I think electrocuted would absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I thought thunderstorms, I thought lightning was just going to come right through my window and just attack me. That is literally what I would think of.
Yeah.
And if I heard thunder, I couldn't sleep. I'm telling you, I was such a little bitch. Still am today, but about different things.
Do you know what my obsession is now? It's not so much like the lightning and stuff, because I'll stay inside and I know I'm good there. Like, I'm terrified that a tree's going to come down on the house.
That'd be terrible.
Like, that's what scares me.
Yeah, no, I get that. There's a lot of trees behind my house. Now you put that in my head. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Coming up, something I know Lauren's been wanting to talk about for a while, and it happened again.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. It was on my list to talk about today, too.
Oh, my gosh. What's happening? Is it fine? We'll talk about it. Coming up, let's take a look at sports right here on today's Hit Music, Q92.
This is a Q92 Sports Break with Christian Bigglesworth on Q92.
The Cleveland Guardians lost to the Baltimore Orioles yesterday, 8-5. Their record now stands at 24-30 on the season. They'll play the Orioles again today, 3:05 first pitch. Shane Bieber will be on the mound for the Guardians. The Akron Rubber Ducks lost to Hartford last night, 7-5. Their record now stands at 20-24 on the season. They'll play Hartford tonight at 6:35 p.m. at Canal Park in Akron. And the NBA Finals will begin tomorrow night at 8:30 on ABC. The Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets begin their 7-game series to determine an NBA World Champion. That's a look at sports right here on today's hit music, Q92. Turkey school lunch, Christian, was the bomb. Oh,
Turkey gravy day, even
Dude.
still, the kids always want to buy.
as the kids say now, that slaps.
Yeah.
Because when I found out it was turkey over mashed potatoes day, I was ecstatic. And I was a negotiator because I didn't like pizza.
Yeah.
So people always wanted my slice of pizza on pizza day.
Naturally, because
So-
it's delicious.
Guess which one of the days I'd be like, listen, I'll give you my pizza on Friday. You give me your turkey over mashed potatoes on Wednesday.
Would you also do that for the days with the nasty ground hamburger gravy?
I loved it.
I know you did.
It was tough. No, because I'll tell you what, that one was a little harder to negotiate.
Really?
Because I would be at my lunch table and I'd have bidding wars over either snacks or lunch items for my slice of pizza on Friday because everyone knew I was the only kid at our table that didn't like pizza. So we'd all be sitting around now, honest to God. Now looking back, I was like, what do you got? What do you guys got?
You were that guy.
Because everyone
at
would
the
be like,
lunch table.
what are you doing with your pizza? Who's getting your pizza? Who's getting your pizza?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Who's getting my pizza?
Who's got the best stuff in their lunchbox?
Anyone get a chocolate chip cookie up there? I would love one of those. So I would negotiate things like that. And a lot of times on turkey over mashed potatoes day, I made out like a bandit.
See,
Good times.
I didn't like any of the like hot lunch stuff per se. We always had this chicken patty sandwich, but it came with spicy curly fries. That to me, I loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a huge school grilled cheese girl.
Grilled cheese.
Loved their grilled cheese.
We had hot ham and cheese was big. I used to stink trying to get the cheese off that though.
Well, yeah, because that's like a super
Melted.
melty kind of thing.
Yeah, that was not an easy task. I have to get one of those plastic knives and really be meticulous. Really try to be
The kind
meticulous.
that even if you tried to really actually cut something, would
like, let me see
snap
if I
in
can-
a
See if I
second.
can scrape this cheese, or at least a good portion of this cheese, and eat this delicious warm ham sandwich.
I will say the school's chocolate chip cookies were good.
Oh.
I
I know
Almost-
we've talked about this a million times.
I have no idea why I don't have more health issues because I'm pretty sure I ate one of those chocolate chip ice cream cookie sandwiches every day my senior year.
I always bought a cookies. The lunch ladies.
Yeah, but it had ice cream between two cookies.
We didn't have that. I'm afraid we didn't have that at St. Rose and Girard. But oh man, turkey over mashed potatoes might have been the best in grade school. $7:34 right here on today's hit music. It is Q92. Christian and Lauren here with you. 330-450-9292 is the phone number. Text line 330-269-9292. Thank you guys for having us on. Thank you guys for streaming us at Q92radio.com. And of course, thank you for watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. We have a 6-person VIP car pass at African Safari Wildlife Park. We're giving away just to one of you that is watching the video. All you got to do to enter is go click like on the live video stream and make a comment, say good morning, say hello. We'll randomly pick one of you at the end of the show and hook you up with that car pass to go feed some animals in Port Clinton, Ohio. Real quick, we were talking about all the storms and tornadoes back in 85. Then people brought up the tornado in the early 2000s on the strip. Someone texted, I was working at Walmart on the strip when the tornado hit. We were out chasing lawn and garden stuff that was blowing around the parking lot. We didn't know it was a tornado until it was over. We were outside. Well,
Oh my gosh.
that's pretty crazy. Let me see. I experienced an EF4 in the spring of 2014. Lived in Arkansas. I was coming from Little Rock. I was 3 minutes infant of it, or I know you didn't mean infant. I'm trying to figure out what you meant. Talk to text is fine. It means you're being safe. But wow, E4, yeah. Arkansas down there, man. That's. I mean, we're part of it, but that's the real heart of like Tornado Alley down there.
Oh, I could never live in like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. No way. No way.
See, I think I'd rather deal with tornadoes than hurricanes.
I don't know. We have family that get hit by hurricanes, and I mean the flooding. Yes, I don't know. That's a toss-up for me. I don't know which one I'd rather deal with.
It's tough, real tough. All right, I want to talk about Al Pacino.
Yes, please. Let's do this.
What is this happened? Who the hell? Oh, what's his name from Goodfellas? A couple weeks ago, the same thing he announced.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro having a child, and you wanted to talk about that. Then we never got around to it because he's trying to think how old Robert De Niro is now.
He's 79, I believe.
He's 79. Well, not to be outdone, Al Pacino, the 82-year-old actor. His girlfriend, they're a month away from giving birth. His 29-year-old girlfriend they're going to have a baby in another month. Al Pacino and his girl, Noor Alfallah. Pretty girl. This girl has also had relationships with Mick Jagger. That's impressive. So she has a thing for older men, apparently. Now, she's 29, he's 82. Do you know what the difference is there? Because I'll tell you, it's 53 years old.
It's a grown adult child.
He was 53 years old when she was born. And I don't know what to say after that. Like, when she was an infant in the hospital going home with her mom and dad, Al Pacino was 53 years old. Now, she's 29. She's a grown-ass adult, can do whatever she wants. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
19 or 20-year-old. This is a 29-year-old. Some of you might think she's after something. Money, maybe.
Maybe.
Like her track record? Now, grant you, it is celebrities. But it looks like this is what she's into. I'm not here to judge her. But, man.
You know, to each their own. I think my biggest issue is this fair to that child? Because they're going to they're going to grow up without one of their parents.
It is. With him being 82 years old, the chances of him being around in 18 years or 20 years, probably not, ideal.
Right.
But, keep yourself in good shape, take your vitamins, you know what I mean?
And your Benefiber. Yeah.
Yeah. Take all that stuff. Get to the doctor regularly. I don't know. We are living longer.
I know, but Christian, I mean, that child may not even be old enough to remember his father. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, anything could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but something could happen to her. Life has a way.
That is true.
Shocking things happen that you have no way of. You never know when your time's up. But 82 years old has a baby on the way.
You guys can still have babies into your 80s, obviously.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just figured after a while, it's just dust that comes out. You know what I mean?
No, apparently they still swim at 82.
Apparently, at 82.
Good for them.
They'll get it done on some way. That's crazy. That's just crazy. I'm worried about the butthole kids growing up that would make fun of the child for how old his dad was.
That too. I mean, there's so much to consider in that situation.
Yeah. So what do you think? He's too old. He shouldn't be trying to have a kid?
No, I just think that when you do this, you have to be very mindful because the reality is that you may not be around to be a dual parent. And I realize there are a lot of great kids that come from single parent homes. Usually that's because of unforeseen circumstances. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not because you're planning a family at 82.
Right. That is insane. 82 years old. What do you guys think about this? 82 years old, having a baby with his 29-year-old girlfriend. What's more head scratching to you, that having a kid at 82 or being 82 and having a 29-year-old girlfriend?
I mean, to me, the 29-year-old girlfriend thing, that's where you want to go. Way to go, Pacino. I did not expect anything else.
You're 82 pulling 29. Now, grant you, he's Al Pacino. He is a legendary actor and celebrity.
Yeah.
So that does put him a little, there's an
it's an advantage
above Ebenezer, from Canton. I mean, there's a little bit of a, you know what I mean?
Yes.
He does
He carries
have
a little clout, if you will.
Yes. Man. Tell those butthole kids, say hello to my little friend. See, that referenced one of his movies.
Yes, that's
I gave
that's
a
good.
Scarface.
Yeah, that was good. Anna said it's ridiculous. She's from Facebook. It's ridiculous to have a baby at their age. He won't be there long enough to be a father. A 29-year-old woman with a man that old is only after one thing. It's not fair to raise a child without the father. I mean, when it's a situation you can have control over.
And I get that, and I get the whole gold digger stuff, but I will say she has dated other celebrities in the past.
Maybe she just likes the older men role. I mean, there are women who truly like being with older men.
Yeah. I agree. Some women love a good older man. But when I hear that, though, I usually think, oh, you mean 40s, 50s, even 60s at this point. I don't necessarily think 82. If I'm an 82 and I'm sleeping with a 29-year-old hottie, when I'm done, I know my wife would give me a high five. It says on the text line. This is all sorts of effed up, according to the text line. Someone thinks this is too much. He probably needs a special little pill. Regardless, once he took the pill, I mean,
he wasn't shooting blanks. That's for sure.
Someone texted Carl from the towing company who is 82 years old. She wouldn't even look at him. You could make that argument.
I mean, but what if he was a hot towing company guy? You don't know.
Text message. I ain't saying she's a gold digger. Kanye, cue the music again.
Chris from Facebook said, but how many men out there have kids that dip out because they don't want to take care of them? Well, I understand that. That is true. And that's what I said. There's a lot of great kids that come from single parent homes. Trust me. I know several kids that come from single parent homes and they're awesome kids, but you don't know down the road, do they harbor any resentment or anything like that just because they didn't have one of their parents around? I mean, it's hard enough when you lose a parent at an early age, but again, this is a situation where you're family planning at 82. To me, there's a huge difference.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, someone said. Shout out to Al Pacino. 82, get it done. He said he feels great now, Lauren. He did say he feels
good for him. I want to know his secret. I hope I'm that vibrant at 82.
82. That is wow. So we got 79 with what and why can't I think of it? Or De Niro. We got 79 years old having a kid with De Niro. And we got 82 with Al Pacino here in 2023.
Well, didn't Hugh Hefner have his kids really late too? Some of them?
I believe so. So. That is insane. These two have been dating since April of last year. So they took their time.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that kid's college is going to be paid for.
Oh, everything in life is going to be paid for.
Now listen, the father might not be around. Or he might only be around for maybe the first, 10 to 15 years. Maybe. 92 at 10. You never know. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know when our time's up.
No.
Just because you're young doesn't mean a tragedy couldn't happen. So I don't know. I mean, the kid will want for nothing as far as needs, but you're right.
Of course, but that's not a replacement for a parent.
Well, don't forget the PlayStation 6 comes out in a few years.
Christian.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But you're right. Who knows, man? We're getting brain chips now. We want to put everyone's brain in AI and computer files now. Who knows what's coming?
Who knows?
I had a stepdad, but I always had resentment on my mom for not letting me see my dad growing up without my real dad around to turn on me. If I had a dad that was 82, I feel like I'd be picked on. They're the second person to say that. They're worried about kids making fun of them and stuff.
I think in everyday life, yes, that would be the situation. But if you were Pacino's son, I don't know that it would
Yeah.
be, if that makes sense.
Your dad's Al Pacino, ha. Like, I don't know what.
That good one, dude.
Yeah. Your dad was in some of the biggest movies ever made. Ha.
Right.
Yeah. Your dad works for Geico. You're like, congratulations, Tom. So, I mean, I don't. The picking on him. Someone said, I'd crumble that kid. Don't.
Where's your button, Christian?
I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting anyone to drop it. Hold on, though. I can drop it.
I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid.
Oh, it's still the best speech ever at a church. At a church.
All right, dude.
I know.
Yippee!
Oh, man. It is 7:46 already. I guess I should probably give something away then. Okay, how would you guys like to go see Matchbox 20 with Matt Nathanson at Blossom? Oh, phone line says you would. Tuesday, June 13th. Want to go? Just be caller number 10 right now at 330-450-9292, and you will be going to that show. Matchbox 20 tickets. Who wants them? Good luck.
Ready?
Text message, when your lady analyzes the whole damn movie. I love you, sweetie, but Rage Room. Yeah, some people, yeah. They're not fun to watch movies with. I get that.
I don't like the movie talker necessarily. Like, let's talk about it after the movie's over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I've watched movies with people that'll talk during the movie, and I'm like, we'll have a group discussion after the movie.
How about you shut up?
Right. How about we just watch the movie? I don't need
We'll talk
to know
about it
your
afterwards.
opinion. Right.
Until then, why don't we just shut up?
Yeah.
A warm glass of shut the hell up. What movie?
Oh my gosh. Happy Gilmore.
There you go.
Sorry, it was right there. I just needed a second.
There you go. You got that one.
I did. Sometimes I'll surprise you.
No, but you can trouble me for a glass of shut the hell up.
Warm glass of.
You're in my world now, Grams.
Yeah.
Now you
Granny.
will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Yeah. And that was what? Ben Stiller, wasn't
Oh,
it? He was
sure
the orderly? Yeah.
It sure was. Family forgetting my 9-year-old son's birthday, Rage Room.
Oh.
That is definitely how do you forget?
That is terrible. That's
Damn.
so terrible.
That is awful.
I'm sorry.
May some of them poop their pants. It's fair punishment. Or get diarrhea on the beach in August.
You really have an affliction with diarrhea on the beach. You've said this a lot.
Where do you go? Where do you go? I found a list today. It was on Men's Fitness. I go there every morning. I like to look at things I should be doing, but I'm not. And found a great list of 10 things not to screw up on a first date with a young lady.
Okay.
10. That's a lot. Set the mood. Maybe you want to know what love is. You want to use Foreigner to help you.
Well, Foreigner helps me all the time, so.
They sure do.
More like cold as ice, though.
So this is like men helping cold as ice.
After
Makes
20, well, almost 21 years.
Makes sense.
No, I'm just
Makes
kidding.
sense. But 10 things not to screw up on a first date. And this is by men for men.
Oh, so it's just you dudes talking to each other
Men's
right now.
Fitness, yeah.
All right.
Men's Fitness. You just got done with the row machine. Now you want to help a guy out on his first date. We'll see if Lauren agrees to that. We'll take Lauren back to her first date days. You're getting ready to go out on a date for the first time.
25 years ago. Okay.
Don't wear a suit.
Unless your first date's prom, no.
Keep in mind that dressing to impress can sometimes backfire.
Yeah,
if you're taking her to the opera and then a Michelin stars restaurant on your first date, fine, wear the suit, but don't bring her to a dive bar in a tuxedo.
Yeah, you'd look like that.
So don't overdress, we could say. Would you think that's fair?
Yeah.
Don't overdress?
Yeah.
All right, Lauren approves of that one. Show up at the date 5 minutes early.
Nope.
You should be at your appointed meeting place 5 minutes early and assume she'll be 5 minutes late. If you want to impress her, Don't make her sit alone at a bar waiting for you.
I agree with that. Don't make her wait, but roll in on time. But if you're picking her up for a date, do not be 5 minutes early. Be there when you said you'd be there, because she ain't ready. She's not ready to go. And that's going to be awkward when you have to stand there and either talk to somebody in her household, like a roommate or...
Oh, that does suck ass.
You see what I'm saying? Like, no, that makes everybody awkward.
Yeah, sit down, please. Tell me about yourself.
Please,
come on.
no. Are you ready?
All right, so show up 5 minutes early, Lauren says.
If you're meeting at the restaurant, go get the table. That I can get on board with. But if you're going to her house, do not do it.
You know a fun fact about me that's been true my entire life into now? If I'm meeting my friends at a bar and I'm the first one there, I will not go in the bar.
Why does that not surprise me at all?
I won't go in. I'll sit in my car and wait till someone else gets there.
Yep. Sometimes I do that too. Just like if it's just me and one other person, if I know a big group is coming and I've just texted with my friends and I know someone's not far behind, I'll go in and at least put like our name in and how many are going to be in our party.
Yeah,
so that we get in faster.
I've had friends text me like, Christian, I'm here. You can come in now.
That's funny.
Okay. Open the door and pull out her chair on that first date.
I have mixed feelings about this. I feel like...
What's wrong with being a gentleman?
That is being a gentleman. I'm not saying I would hold it against anybody, but I can also do that stuff myself. Walk me back to the car and open my door for me to get in, like when we're leaving, fine. Or hold the door for me leaving the restaurant, fine. But when it comes to really like little things that I can do myself, I don't know. I've just always felt it to be a little awkward. That's all.
Says, yes, of course, women can open their own doors and pull out their own chairs, but it's still nice when a guy shows that chivalry is not dead. Neglecting to make these small gestures like these probably won't ruin your chances with her completely, but when you do, women will notice and they appreciate it.
Do you know what Tony did back then that he still does today that I still absolutely love? And I think it's like the sweetest thing ever.
Pick your nose.
No.
Okay.
When we're walking and we're in a group of people, he'll just take his hand and put it on like my lower back. Like he's almost like guiding me or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like she's with me. Let's go. Like I want to make sure you get to where we're going.
Totally understand that.
Like that to me, that's the best thing he could do.
Understand that. All right, there we go. So where do you stand? Am I dinging or buzzing? Q92, hello, who is this?
Hi, Taylor.
Hey, Taylor, where are you calling from this morning?
Hanoverton.
All right, Taylor, congratulations. You're call number 10. You're the winner.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're going to see Matchbox 20 with Matt Nathanson at Blossom Tuesday, June 13th. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
All right, just tell everybody what's the station hooking you up with concert tickets this morning.
Q92.
Congratulations there, Taylor. Enjoy Matchbox 20. Sure, it'll be a good time. Now, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, got a couple things here. We're going to be talking to our friends at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Rich DeRocher is going to be joining us here around 8:30. We're going to be getting a finalist also for the Win a Blackstone Flat Top Grill for Father's Day contest. That's coming up as well. And a Your Call Wednesday. So what do you guys want to hear? You guys take over the station from 8 to 9. We do it every Wednesday. Start texting in your requests, what you guys want to hear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Someone just text in. Al Pacino's booty sweat. Someone text in.
He's a what?
Oh, hold on. That's better. Sorry, Lauren. I have to mute you to play calls.
That's okay. He's a what?
It just says Al Pacino's booty sweat.
Oh, gotcha.
That's all the text said.
Okay, cool.
That's all it said. So that's all. So again, coming up, give us your request for a Your Call Wednesday. We'll be getting to those coming up here. What's the weather like down there? Is it any different than here?
No, it's terrible.
Like in what aspect? Cold? Like
when we got here yesterday, it was like 70. It was nicer at home than it was here.
Huh.
Like it's supposed to warm back up, but we're not supposed to have that much sun down here. While we're here.
How close to the ocean?
3 miles.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No, I mean, we'll probably go a couple evenings this week over to the beach, but
yeah.
And my husband's birthday is on Friday, so we'll probably definitely go and get dinner.
Absolutely.
At the beach.
No, I always watch my favorite vacation spot is to see Maryland. I always check the weather there. And God, they got a crappy week. They're all week. They're in the 60s.
I know. Well, like our family that lives down here is like, what is going on that Canton, Ohio has better weather than we do right now for this time of year?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I was like, here we are, like, we're nothing but sunshine and 80s and 90s all week. And I'm looking at, like, the coast, and it's like 65. I'm like, geez.
Yeah, it's like I'm in our Airbnb right now, and I have the windows open. Like, it's really nice out right now, like temperature-wise.
That's good. Glad you're enjoying South Carolina. 7:56. Again, your call Wednesday coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Right now, it's Post Malone, and morning is Q92. A girl I know has called off 3 weddings in the last 4 years. I'm guessing that's one of the cases of don't know enough before jumping in. -1. One did cheat.
Oh.
Hold on. So she was engaged 3 times in the last 4 years.
I hope these were like backyard weddings and not like church, reception hall, caterer, photographer.
Maybe she should just date for a while.
Yeah.
Talk about not knowing it. I mean, 3 years.
I know it's not free advice Friday, but that's my advice.
I'm not trying to be a Judge Judy here, although I guess I am.
Okay.
There's a problem.
Yeah.
In 4 years,
maybe she's got
during
like a
3
fear of
relationships,
commitment.
a fear she's getting engaged every week.
Yeah, but she's not going through with all of it. So the commitment part, like when it gets too deep, she starts drowning and she bails. She gets out of the pool.
No, there's something there. There's something we need to talk about there. There's an issue there.
She's afraid of commitment.
She runs to it very quickly.
Yes.
And then runs away from it. Now, again, the one did cheat. I'm not going to give that
like
one.
Runaway. That's like real life runaway bride.
But still, to have 3 different engagement rings on in 4 years?
Yeah, that's
from
fast.
3 different guys?
That's fast.
And you married none of them?
Right.
Now, again, the one was an a-hole and cheated.
Yeah. But I have a question. That face that you make when metal comes on, because this isn't the first time you made that face. Like when you went to Sonic Temple, is that how you stood out there, like watching the show?
No, I am the most boring concert person. I do not dance. I don't cheat. I clap occasionally.
You don't even make that face?
No, I just like.
I mean, you could still stand there and still make that face. It'd be kind of funny.
No reactions at a concert. I'm the biggest Shinedown fan in the world. And one of the things I hate at a Shinedown concert is after every first song, the singer Brent, it's the same. He's been doing it forever. It's a great thing he does. I hate it because I don't like human interaction. And what he does is he's like, I want everyone to look to the left of you. I want everyone to look to the right of you. Tonight, we're all friends, whatever. What I want you to do right now is turn to the guy next to you, give him a high five, a hug, shake his hand. We're all family tonight. I'm like, damn it, Brent. Hi.
Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, no, hi. Don't look at me.
That's like church on Sunday.
Like, come on.
Turn around and greet your neighbors.
Yeah, I'm like, Brent, come on, man. I don't want to give the side of peace. Here we go. This looks like Facebook. Let me see. Can I pay you? That's the first message. LOL for what? How much? What do you offer?
Oh.
Do you sell pics? You're beautiful, by the way. We'll just slide that in. What kind? What can you pay? Boob pic. $15?
For real.
No, it gets better. GTFOH, if you know what that stands for, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not. His response, 20? He went up $5.
$5.
Absolutely not.
And she's going to be like, 20. All right, I'll do it at 20.
$15 for boob pics? No. Oh, I'm sorry. I insulted you. 20, of course.
Now, if you're smooth enough, you have them Venmo you. and then you just don't send the picture. And that's their penance for being so stupid.
Oh, man.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
8:05 right here on today's hit music. It is Q92. Christian here, Lauren here. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday morning here in Northeast Ohio. Sunny and high 80s today. Did a little yard work yesterday. Got a lot more to do. We're a little late. I want to get our stuff done. We got to get our yard fixed up, do some mulching, plan our stuff for the summer. We haven't done it yet, Lauren. We need to.
Yeah, you're a little behind, Christian.
I am, but we,
You just had a baby.
last weekend would have been good, but we went out and did stuff the whole weekend. We need like a weekend where we just like maybe have someone come over and watch the kid for a couple hours. We could be outside. Something like that. I don't. Good morning, everybody. 330-450-9292 is a phone number. The text line 330-269-9292. Thank you, everybody, having us on your radio. Streaming us at Q92radio.com. Or if you're watching at Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter like you can every day. Again, don't forget, go there right now and like this live video stream and type a comment in. Could be good morning, how are you, whatever, hello. You're automatically entered for a chance to win our prize today for someone that's watching, and that is a 6-person VIP car pass to the African Safari Wildlife Park. Go drive through there and feed the animals in Port Clinton. So we got that for you guys. This hour, also for the radio, we are getting a finalist for the Blackstone Flat Top Grill for Father's Day. When you hear that cue to call, be caller number 10, and you'll be in the running. Oh my God, that's tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
We call the winner tomorrow. Text message, where is Lauren at? She's in South Carolina.
Yes, I am.
She sounds a little different this morning. She's in with her laptop via the internet from South Carolina. So a couple people have asked. Someone didn't know who you were. Someone asked if I'm sure she sounds a little different, but that's her. I think she sounds like her.
I thought I did.
Jake, does it sound like Lauren?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. If Jake says it sounds like Lauren, it sounds like Lauren. The mic sound a little different because obviously she's not here in studio.
Correct.
A little family get together in South Carolina to celebrate a graduation. But thanks to technology, she can still do the show. Radio in 2023. Who knew? All right, it is Wednesday. It's the 8 o'clock hour. Now coming up in about a half hour, Rich DeRochers from the Pro Football Hall of Fame will be joining us. We're going to be finding out what's going on with the Hall of Fame this week. Also get his request. He always gets a request for calling in on Wednesdays too. So we'll see what he wants to play. But it is Wednesday at the 8 o'clock hour, so you guys know what that means.
Hello?
Calling your phone.
It's Wednesday. It's 8 a.m. It's time for Your Call Wednesday on Q92.
I'm in charge.
For the next hour, you control the station. Call Christian and Lauren with your request at 330-450-9292. Now let's kick off another Your Call Wednesday on Q92.
Thank you for calling. Thanks for calling.
Anything you guys want to hear, we'll try to get on as many as we can this hour. 330-450-9292. That's the phone number. You can text them in at 330-269-9292 or send them in on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Someone text, OMG, I totally want to win my babies those safari tickets. Well, don't text. You got to go to our live video stream right now on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Pick one. Doesn't matter which one. Like that live video and type in hello or good morning, and you're entered. That's simple. You got the right idea, just the wrong format. It's not a text contest. It's a video one. But I love that you're listening. I love that you want to win those. We want to give them away to somebody. So go over there and enter, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be you. Some good requests go on the text line as well. Lauren, did your father ask your father before he asked you to marry him?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did your husband, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Before he proposed to you?
I don't think so, but he knew he had my dad's blessing, if that makes sense. My dad really liked Tony.
What was that?
My dad really liked Tony a lot.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm starting to think that part is kind of a thing of the past a little bit. I'm not saying it should be, but I kind of feel like it is.
I understand that, yeah. You know what? Part of it is these kids now. I feel like I'm 80 years old. These kids nowadays, but they don't have the communication skills that we had, and the respect for their elders. I still think it's a very sweet, endearing thing to do.
Well, I saw a poll here. 14% of people polled said they would not inform their significant other's parents before proposing. You know, I did not, and the reason I didn't was not out of disrespect or not wanting to. I just felt like at that time, he and I really weren't on that level, if that makes any sense. And you know what? And honestly, maybe that was a sissy part and wrong on my part.
No, not necessarily wrong.
A lot closer and a lot more cordial. If it was now, I absolutely would.
Yeah.
I absolutely would. At the time, we knew each other, but we just kind of knew each other, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was her dad. He knew I was his daughter's girl. I don't know.
Boyfriend. Right.
And like as a more of a grown adult, I think too, I felt like, well, I'm in my 40s. What am I? You know what I mean?
I know, but that's still like his little girl. So I get why maybe he wanted it or.
Oh, no, he was there was no issue. There was no issue at all.
So he's never said anything.
Ew. And him and I now are way cooler.
Yeah.
I love sitting there and BSing with him. He's a cool dude. Great head of hair, by the way. 59 years old. Looks great. Great full head of hair. Great hairline. I really hope my kid gets that.
I was going to say, hopefully for Jimmy, we got that.
But I just got me thinking, like, do people even do that anymore?
I don't know. I mean, both my parents and his parents knew when exactly he was proposing. Let's put it that way. Like when I came in the front door and I was like, look, my mom was like, I know. You know what I mean? Like she was aware. Both of them were.
I'm just kind of curious to everyone out there. Feel free to comment on the live video in the comments on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Feel free to text at 330-269-9292. Feel free to call in 330-450-9292. I want your age and if you asked permission to propose, gentlemen. Because I think the age kind of might tell a story too.
Yeah, I agree. Or ladies that are listening, did your husband ask your father for permission?
Yeah. How old are you? Or how old are you? And did you ask parents' permission? Or did your significant other ask your parents' permission before they proposed to you? I'm gonna be honest, I did not.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I do think it's like a extra level of like romantic. I don't know. It makes a good impression for sure. I think on the family you're joining.
Let's see those ages and if they did or not. I'm curious, and we'll kick off Your Call Wednesday coming up here on Q92.
The biggest songs from the biggest artists. Today's hit music, Q92. We are Q92.
I was like, man, how cold is it? Because I do this thing now when I'm looking at something, I go, Alexa, what's the temperature in this city? It's like 60. It's like 67.
That's your new thing. Is
what I do. We watching a game. I'm like, hey, what's the weather where that is? And then okay. All right.
Interesting. You just have to know what it's like there.
Yeah. Like they showed a Dallas Cowboys draft party.
Yeah. You're like,
that's how it's like, Alexa, what's the temperature in Dallas, Texas? 75. I'm like, oh, it's nice, beautiful. Okay.
I think that's so funny.
Okay, it's good. They got nice. That's no wonder everyone's in t-shirts. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then I hear Kansas City is like 65. Oh, that's like us. That's like us.
Do you regurgitate that information like to the fiance or the daughter? Like you're sitting there
in the
like,
room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see.
I just because we have Alexa over the house. So.
I gotcha. Okay.
Living room, bedrooms. We're just like our thermostat's Alexa. But yeah, I'll just be watching a game. Doesn't matter what it is. Like I'll watch the Guardians in Washington, D.C. I'm like, okay, Alexa, what's the temperature in D.C.? Oh, 60. Oh, that's cold. I just sit there.
Just have to know.
For some reason, that's a new thing with me. I got to know when I'm watching a sporting event or I see fans out. I'm like, well, what's it like there?
I'm really concerned for you. Like,
I also,
you're aging.
Almost daily. I'll ask what the weather's going to be like here.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, Alexa, what's the weather in Ocean City, Maryland? Just because, it gets me going thinking about vacation.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
It's Ocean City, Maryland. What's the temperature?
My husband always laughs at me because I'll be like, what's it supposed to be like next week? Or what's it supposed to be like tomorrow? And he's like, don't you literally look at the weather like 7 times during your show? I'm like, yeah, but we're so busy. Like, I don't know why. It just doesn't stick in my brain.
No, it's impossible. Dude, we talk for 4 hours.
I know.
You think I remember anything I say?
Right. That's how some people will be
Barely.
like, oh, they'll walk up to me and they'll be like, oh, that was really funny what you guys were talking about. It takes me a second. I'm like, oh, we were talking about that. I don't know.
They'll be like, oh, when was that? Someone will be like, oh, it was today. I'm like, no kidding.
Yeah.
I just pretend to go, oh my God, yeah, I do remember that. That was a crazy show. And I had him like, oh, please don't call me out. Don't ask me any more questions because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
That's funny.
That's usually what I do. Listen, when I divorced on the text line, I spent $5,000 on sports cards after I got divorced.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I mean, I guess that's better than some of the other things you could have spent your money on after divorce. Won't those sports cards like appreciate? Like if you ever wanted to sell your collection, maybe you could get some money back out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really just a labor of love.
I feel like, can you get lucky and get a card? Oh my God, yes, absolutely. But to me, I feel like it should be more of take it as a hobby, not an investment.
Gotcha.
And then let the investment part surprise you. Like, oh my God, Tom Brady rookie card.
Holy cow, right.
But don't think like, oh my God, I bought a bunch of cards. I'm rich. Because I did that in the 90s, and I have nothing to show for it. Most young couples can't afford it right now after marriage. The big spending, yeah, you might be right. You might be right.
It could be. That's fair.
I feel like y'all just read the description of my ex-husband to a T, someone says on the text line. I don't know. Listen, there's a reason I get up every morning and read Women's Day. Sometimes they got some good stuff. I actually think that's a pretty impressive list. And I think that's a pretty good list.
I think it is
of things
good.
that probably divorced guys all have in common. I do. I bet a lot of those things people probably, growing apart, doing boyish things with your money afterwards, in the end having some like appreciation and like missing that person, being shocked because again, we can be dumb. I guarantee you there are so many guys that got that their wife was like, I want a divorce, and they didn't see it coming at all.
I bet that's true probably too.
Oblivious.
Yeah, but us women can be horrible people too. I mean, I know women who have cheated and husband's oblivious and they go home and they're like, wow, we got to talk. And I'm sure it does blindside them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a horrible conversation to have.
But even if you've earned it, like if you haven't treated your wife or husband, can you imagine like the shock if you seriously were like oblivious to have your husband or wife just say, I want a divorce?
That would be so devastating.
And mean it. Like and you truly were like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That'd be insane.
It would be bad.
That would be insane.
Q92.
It's another warm and summer-like dry weather day. Our high today, 86 degrees, bright sun all day long, maybe a couple of clouds. Overnight lows tonight down to 60 with a clear and starry sky. I am Art J. Weather from News 5.
And welcome back, everybody. It's 8:22 right here on today's Hit Music. Q92. Rich DeRocher coming up from the Pro Football Hall of Fame here in a little bit. Glad to have you guys with us on the radio, streaming online at Q92radio.com or watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Any way you are checking out the show this morning, we very much appreciate you. And do not forget later on this hour, getting a finalist for the Blackstone Flat Top Grill for Father's Day. Can't win it unless you're a finalist, and today is your final day to do so with us. With Nicolina, with Keller, and with Ryan at night. So be listening for the cue to call all day long. And maybe you'll be a finalist. And maybe you'll be who Lauren and I call tomorrow morning. And if there's a God, you'll answer when we call. But you probably won't. And we'll talk to you and tell you to come pick up your grill. And bring a big car. It's a big grill, Lauren. So you want to talk?
Sure. It is a big grill. I thought we were going to go back to parents' permission.
We are. Just
okay.
I want you nodding at me on the video. Like,
I'm like, I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, good job, Christian. You're doing great.
Fantastic. That's what's coming up on the show this morning. Lauren, of course, doing the show on location. She's in South Carolina for a family event here this weekend. So she's doing the show remotely with us the rest of the week. We asked the question, if you still ask for permission before you propose. I feel like that's kind of a tradition that was absolutely a thing. I wonder if it still carries today. So I asked you guys to send us your name, not your name, your age, and if in fact you ask for permission before you propose. So let's get to some of those texts, but let me set the mood first.
Oh, good one.
You even know what this song is?
Seriously.
What? This is the longer version. I didn't know that this version actually existed. Like, this intro is a little weird to me.
Yeah, it is taking a while to get into it.
Yeah, this one. What is this one about?
Every time I ask me.
So corny. Oh, man. Here we go.
Good. I like this song.
Let's
Don't
see
pick
what
on
the
it.
messages have to say. 22. Asked the mother. The father was not in the picture. 22 when you asked. Well done. Well done. 31. My husband's 34. We've been married for 9 years, and he did ask my father for his blessing.
Nice.
Right. Another one. I asked dad and mom and told grandparents I was proposing. I was 26.
Nice.
When my fiance proposed, he was 29. I was 27. He knew he had my parents' blessing, but knew that my dad would appreciate being asked first. The only issue is my dad cannot keep a secret. So my fiance asked him minutes before proposing, LOL. But yeah, your dad probably would have.
Well done.
Fair enough. My husband was 27 whenever he asked both my mom and my dad if he could have their blessing. He bought the ring and had it hidden in the house for 2 months before it happened. I hid my ring at my mom's.
Nice. That was a good idea.
I'm not a good hider. Like, oh, where is it? Right there on the table. I'm 31 now. Got married at 24. I did ask her parents. I was 23 when I did. Look at all these upstanding citizens.
See?
49 years old, married almost 25 years, and yes, I did ask her dad. His reply was absolutely yes. But if you hurt my daughter, there is 325 acres out here, and they will never find you. All right. Nothing like the threat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not married or dating currently, but I'm 22, and I would ask the dad. Good for you, young man. Good for you, young man. My son-in-law was 23 when he asked my permission to marry my daughter. He was so nervous, his voice was trembling, and he about cried. He even showed us a picture of the engagement ring. He was custom designing her.
That is the sweetest.
That is, yeah, I like that one. I like that one.
That's someone who loves your kid.
Very much.
Yeah.
My fiance did ask for my dad's blessing. He's very old school and is a retired Marine. It meant a lot that he asked. He was 27.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what? Our listeners, man. I like it. I like what I'm reading.
Yeah.
Did you ask permission? We talked about that last segment. I actually did not. I did not. Kind of feel like I should have, but I didn't, and it's a little late to go back and change.
That's true.
My husband was
20.
My husband was 28. I was 23. He asked my mom and my stepdad. Very good. I never asked my wife's father to marry her, but when my daughter's husband never asked me, I got a little salty. You know what? I respect your honesty there, buddy. I respect that. My husband was 25 and asked my dad, and his response was, "Does she want you?" There's always that pesky, frisky dad. You know what I mean? With those little quid. I'm 23, and I plan on asking her for her parents' blessing. My brother-in-law didn't ask my dad, and he still brings it up years after the wedding. It can mean a lot to some people. It really can, especially I think the father.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a daughter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell you, I will tell Jimmy, don't do what I did. Ask the father.
Yeah.
Ask the father. So, well done, everybody. I didn't expect that, but a lot of you did the right thing, it sounds like. I knew we had good people listening to this radio show.
I know. Well, I mean, I think we knew that all along, but, now you know.
Yeah. That is interesting. That many of you did. Now, I feel you guys made me feel worse now. Thanks a lot.
Were you nervous when you proposed?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I know you were, but you were more afraid of people staring at you and catching on to what you were doing.
You're 100% right. I was more afraid of social things because I was going to do it like out there. Like you were
doing it in public.
I was more afraid of someone seeing me do it.
And like clapping and making a scene.
And I wanted it to like work out like the right. And I was nervous about that. I wanted it to come out right. And it did. I wanted it to be in Ocean City because that's where like I think that's where both of us knew that we wanted to marry each other. I believe so. So I'm trying to adjust my chair. But I was nervous, but more like you said, the people be staring at me. That was a bigger fear than even her saying yes or no. It was like someone,
well, you knew she was going to say yes. You
know what?
that.
Sometimes in a crowd, you are hidden. And there were so many people walking by. I don't think anybody truly noticed. I'm sure someone did. And the only thing I was afraid of when she hugged me on the pier, I was afraid she was going to knock the ring into the ocean.
Oh, yeah. That would have been really bad.
Wait. She went down. I was like, okay. But it was a cool moment, and I'm the most romantic person ever. My dad said, never get married, son. It's a mistake. Well, there's those people. But I will say the wife's dad gave me $100 when he found out she was pregnant. Is there a bet?
I mean, to pay for what?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm 25. My boyfriend's 30. I know the proposal is coming, but I made it clear he is not allowed to ask unless he asks my dad.
Oh,
he
nice.
Agreed, but only if I ask his dad as well.
That's funny.
Like that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. You're going to ask my dad, too. What do you think about that? Christian, do you think she knew? He's taking me on vacation. She's going to ask. No, because she thought I would not never, but she did not think it was coming anytime soon. I know that for a fact. She did not. She just thought we're going on vacation again. So, but no, not yet.
Well done, Bigglesworth.
Thank you. That worked out. So I got a kid now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Things seem to be on the up and up.
Oh, we're good. We're good. We just got to get married. We are good to go. Got the kid, got everything, got the house. We're good. Well, we got the condo. All right, let's take a look at sports. Coming up next, Rich DeRocher from the Pro Football Hall of Fame will be joining us here on Q92.
This is a Q92 Sports Break with Christian Bigglesworth on Q92.
The Cleveland Guardians lost to the Baltimore Orioles yesterday, 8-5. Their record now stands at 24-30 on the season. They'll play the Orioles again today, 3:05 first pitch. Shane Bieber will be on the mound for the Guardians. The Akron Rubber Ducks lost to Hartford last night, 7-5. Their record now stands at 20-24 on the season. They'll play Hartford tonight at 6:35 p.m. at Canal Park in Akron. And the NBA Finals will begin tomorrow night at 8:30 on ABC. The Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets begin their 7-game series to determine an NBA World Champion. That's a look at sports right here on today's hit music, Q92. We were talking about a list I saw of AI coming for people's jobs. Went over a list of 10 jobs that AI could easily be coming for.
Yeah.
Talked about RoboCop. We talked about Terminator. We talked about Johnny Number 5. He's alive. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
You saw Short Circuit, right?
I did, but I mean, it has been a very long
hot minute.
time. Yeah.
Text, you have the My AI on Snapchat. You can't delete him. Yes, I've seen him on there. He's appeared on Snapchat. Snap wants to now, get on the old AI craze. So, yes, I've seen him. I've asked him some funny questions. He has answered, has others. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, that's shown up now. Again, good and bad. I get a little nervous sometimes because, like I said, I'm afraid these robots are going to get too smart for their own good.
Well, I mean, listen. So you've got Elon Musk, right? He's a very smart businessman, knows quite a bit about the internet, about auto population, things like that with the Amazon.
Q92.
Morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
You're listening to Christian and Lauren in the morning on Q92.
8:36 right here on today's hit music. Q92 still to come this hour. We're getting a finalist for our Father's Day contest where you could win a Blackstone flat top grill for your dad for Father's Day. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 10. You'll be in the running. And if you're a finalist listening right now, we are giving that away tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. You've still got chances with us this morning, with Nicolina, with Keller in the afternoon, and Ryan at night to become one. So listen for that cue to call all day long. We're also going to get the finalist in the 9 o'clock hour as well. So you got 2 more chances with us. Don't forget, if you're watching the live video as well on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, click the like button on the video and type in good morning or hello, and you'll be automatically entered to win a 6-person VIP car pass to the African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Great summer adventure. And you can win one just for watching and saying hello to our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're live from 7 to 10 every day. Christian and Lauren here with you. We'll get back to your requests on a Your Call Wednesday here in a second. But if it's 8:37, it's Wednesday. That means we're talking to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Rich DeRocher's joining us as he does every Wednesday to tell us what's going on at the Hall of Fame. Rich, how are we doing on this beautiful, beautiful day in Northeast Ohio?
We're doing really good, and I'm thinking my daughter needs to put me in for Father of the Year, at least Father of the Month or Father of the Week or something after all the yard work I did for her this past weekend. It was hot out there.
Oh, you were doing all the work, helping her out this weekend.
Yeah, we built a little play area for our. My wife and I built a play area for our grandsons, and we contributed to sweat equity, and we did a lot of sweating.
Yeah, things you do for your kids and then your grandkids, right?
That's right.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, and you had good weather. You had warm weather for that, so there you go. And then now, we had a Memorial Day weekend. I hope you and your family had a great one. And now here we are back at it. So a lot of stuff, as always, going on at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, especially today, huh, Rich?
It's a busy day for us. In just a few minutes here, we're going to be welcoming 14 summer interns. And for me, and I think for all of our staff, it's a great reminder of how special the Pro Football Hall of Fame is, that thousands of people young people from across the country applied to work here because they see the Hall of Fame as something extra special. And we're so close to it, sometimes we forget. There's art museums all over the country. There's science museums all over the country. There is one museum, National Professional Football Museum in this country. It's in Canton, Ohio. It's in our backyard. And this is a reminder with these interns coming in that it's pretty special.
Wow, you had thousands of applications. You guys had to narrow it down to it's like a whole new Hall of Fame class if you think about it.
More than that, yeah. There's only going to be 100 and some eligible players for 5 spots, and we had a couple thousand for 14 spots. So the competition was fierce. I just got a call the other day from a prospective employer for an intern that I had last year looking for a recommendation. We've placed interns in professional football. They've gone on to careers in professional football teams. One of our former interns now works for NBC Sports. I mean, this is a pathway to bigger and better things for these young people if they take advantage of it.
I can't imagine being a young kid and getting an intern for the summer at the Pro Football Hall of Fame for the sports aspect. But what a place to learn and learn so many things, like you said, that can take you so far beyond the Hall of Fame walls once you're done, because I'm sure you guys really do everything to show them everything and prepare them, for a future employment somewhere.
Yeah, we try really hard not to just make it, hey, could you please go fetch Christian another cup of coffee type of an internship. I mean, they're gonna be intimately involved in the enshrinement. They're going to be intimately involved in the Hall of Fame game. You just have to be careful. Got to be careful they don't get starstruck. As the Hall of Famers roll into town, but they've done a great job the last couple of years. Rachel Gutting, who you've had on as a guest numerous times, is in charge of the internship program. She does a fabulous job. She's running around today, pretty busy getting ready for their arrival here in just a few minutes.
That's awesome, and also at the Hall of Fame, you got a big old exhibit as well. Talk about a classic, something that everyone. You grew up in the 80s, 90s watching football. You know everything about it.
You know that Coach John Madden did not like flying. It wasn't that he was afraid of flying per se. He was a little bit claustrophobic. Didn't like being on an airplane. So he started going from city to city in a Greyhound bus, especially designed Greyhound bus, the Madden Cruiser. And the original Madden Cruiser is part of the Hall of Fame's collection. Right now it is sitting in our upper parking lot. But in just a couple days, it's actually going to move up the hill inside Hall of Fame Village and be positioned in the Play Action Plaza area of Hall of Fame Village. So anybody who wants to come see the cruiser can do that. Ride the Ferris wheel, ride the zip line, just take part in all the activities popping up on the Hall of Fame Village's campus and our campus now. And I know they've just had a couple more businesses come online. Brew Kettle's online now. Top Golf. I mean, it's just pretty exciting time around here for all of that time and effort and energy that people put in, and it's really starting to come to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit too. You guys have a photo contest that you do every single year, and today we're going to hear who that winner is. But can you tell everybody a little bit about that?
I'm excited about it. I got to oversee it this year for the first time, so it was really special to me. And this was something that I got to do a little bit of in my previous professional life at the newspaper. But to see the 1,300 or so photos, we talked about, so many interns for so many positions. It's kind of the same thing with the photo contest. About 1,300 submissions for a handful of awards. And I don't want to give away too much, but if you think back of what the defining moment of this football season was, it was an incident that happened on the field in a Buffalo game where football stopped for a while and everybody remembered what was important about, what truly is important in life. There was an image captured from that evening that really summed up that event and kind of encapsulated what was going to be remembered about the 2022 season. That was picked as the photo of the year, and we'll be announcing that and unveiling that photo this afternoon. And then it'll go up on display inside the Hall of Fame for fans to come see for next probably 2-3 years before we rotate it out.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that photograph. Every year, I know you guys have such moving pictures that win for photo of the year that really do just that, encapsulate the moments and the defining moments in the game. And certainly, I agree with you. That truly does define the 2022 season. So I'm very excited to see that photo.
Well, it's another way that the Hall of Fame celebrates excellence together. That this is excellence from behind the camera lens, and some of the images that these men and women, these professional photographers have captured, it's like how'd they do that, and then to see the players themselves and some of the body positions and the contortions that they're in, and how did they do that, and how did they get up after that hit, and all of that stuff. It just makes us appreciate the sport and another way to celebrate it.
Absolutely. And before you go, but speaking of celebrating, we're at the final day of May, Rich. So we got June, July, Hall of Fame week. I know that clock's moving with you guys over there every day, but how excited are you? We joke about nervous and stuff, but how excited are you getting as we're now 2 months away from the biggest week in Canton?
It's I'm glad the interns are here because we need some help. There's so much going on, and this place is just going to be, every seat's going to be filled for the game, and we're getting close to every seat being filled for enshrinement. There's still some enshrinement tickets if you're interested. Go to Pro Football Hall of Fame, profootballhof.com/tickets. Get that plug in there. Some new merchandise in the store, and I appreciate you guys letting us come on and talk about all the great things happening in and around the Hall of Fame campus.
Yeah, and again, Father's Day coming up. No matter what NFL team your father is a fan of, I don't care. Seahawks, Chiefs, Colts, I don't care. You guys got to cover in that gift shop. They need to check it out, Rich.
Check it out.
Well, before we
we're on summer hours now, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So after work, if you want to pop over after your work day is complete, do a little shopping. You can do it here till 8 o'clock.
All right, Rich, before we let you go, as always, we give you a request. You're kind enough to call us up and talk to us about the Hall of Fame. So we got to give you a song on a Your Call Wednesday. So what are we going to play for you?
All right. Well, we're gonna stick with our themes. So we talked a little about the photos of the year. How about Photograph by Def Leppard? Can we do that one?
Fantastic pick, by the way. Rich, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on, updating us in the Hall of Fame. Can't wait to talk to you next week, man. Have a great week.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Rich DeRocher of the Pro Football Hall of Fame joins us every Wednesday and updates you guys on what's going on with the Hall of Fame. And it's a Your Call Wednesday. Here's his song, Photograph, on Q92. How great is that? I could go for some breakfast food right now.
Same.
Bacon, eggs, toast, and pancakes. with a glass of orange juice.
Scrambled eggs with some fresh pico de gallo and some avocado.
Pico de gallo. Get over yourself.
Oh, I love pico.
Pico de gallo.
That's probably one of my favorite things ever.
I don't even know what that is.
It's so versatile. Christian, you know what pico is.
No, I don't.
It's chopped up. It's basically like a salsa, but it's like a fresh salsa. So it's garlic, onion, tomatoes, cilantro, some jalapeno, and you toss it with the olive oil and some salt and some cumin. So good.
Just awful.
No, you can eat it on chippies. You can have it on your eggies.
And it would be gross either way. You might as well pee on your plate.
Oh, stop.
That is awful. I could give you maybe for chips, but for breakfast?
Oh, gosh. It's so... Haven't you ever had salsa?
I don't like salsa.
Of course you don't.
Salsa's
I'm surprised,
trash.
though, a little bit, because it's kind of like, it's like a ketchup-y base.
No, I only eat tortilla chips solo with nothing on them.
That's my daughter.
Just salt them, please.
And if she does, she like literally dips it in the salsa, so it's got like the slightest coating of salsa on it, but she doesn't actually like take salsa on her chip.
The slightest is too much. Just give me a handful of Tostitos.
Oh no, Mexicans it's my favorite.
And I
Pico,
don't like those
guacamole.
scoops. The scoops don't taste as good as the normal Tostitos.
I would go with that, except for when you're eating pico, because then it's like a little bowl for your pico. Follow me with this. Do you like white cheese dip? Like Mexican cheese?
No, I don't like cheese.
Oh, that's right. Gosh, Christian.
I'm not going to eat anything with cheese.
I guess
mac and cheese.
I never remember your cheese affliction because I to me, it's like I've never met anybody who doesn't eat cheese. Unless they were like totally lactose intolerant, make them violently ill. That's all.
I only grilled cheese, but has to be yellow cheese only.
Yes. You'll eat Kraft macaroni and cheese,
Kraft
right?
macaroni and cheese and Velveeta shells and cheese? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You put cheese on my pasta, I won't touch it. Put cheese on my burger, I won't eat it. I will not eat cheese by itself. I don't like cheese on anything except grilled cheese. The best grilled cheese, Panera Bread. It's fantabulous.
I like Panera's. I also like Rockneys. You would like Rockneys. It's on Texas toast. So it's thick, like the Panera one with lots of cheese inside.
Gotcha.
Rockneys has a mean grilled cheese.
Gotcha. Came across this, people get divorced all the time. And the source for this is Women's Day. Read it every morning.
Okay, yeah.
It has 10 things that all divorced guys have in common. And I read the list and I was like,
Are you seeing a trend?
It's a good list. I feel like it's a very relatable list for divorced men. Things that they have in common. Love doesn't always work out. Sometimes it falls apart. You heard Fergie. Big girls don't cry, but she explained it. She had to move on. In fact, I want to play that while I go over this list.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
I'm going to right now.
But you're saying that then that women are the ones who end the marriage and leave the man divorced. Yeah. Okay.
This is just a thing that divorced guys have in common.
I see.
This isn't who caused it.
Okay.
This is what they all have.
I know. I'm saying with the songs
in common. You all right?
I know. Just making sure you understood what I was saying.
Yeah. Number one, they're shocked. Men are shocked. I can see that. We're oblivious. I can see that. What? Divorce? Yeah, they're shocked. Like, be in the running for a chance to win that grill we're giving away tomorrow morning. Be caller number 10 right now. 330-450-9292. Caller 10. You'll be our latest finalist. Good luck.
Hey everybody, it is Lauren from my friends at Northeast Factory Direct. When it comes to furniture, finding something you love and something that's in stock hardly ever happens. Traditional furniture stores will offer you a quote-unquote deal to order something now, and then you actually have to wait months to get it. Well, Northeast Factory Direct has tons of in-stock furniture right now, and they offer a best price guarantee. Some restrictions apply, but listen, they've got sofas, dining room tables, mattresses, hot tubs, and more. At Northeast Factory Direct, there's something for everyone with prices that just can't be beat. So get the furniture you love and get it right away. Check out their warehouses located in Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, and now on Whitewood Street in North Canton. Or remember, you can shop online anytime at northeastfactorydirect.com.
Talking about side chicks, and I asked the question, who's been a side chick, whether you knew you were or found out you were? Because you brought up a good point. There's some girls that are willingly, like you said, they just want to use the guy for what they want to use the guy for.
That's right.
If he wants to roll the dice on his relationship, that's on him.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one cheating, not me.
Yeah, he is the one who has a lot to lose.
You know what I'm saying? So some of you text in. I'm about to read those, but I want to find If Your Girl Only Knew. That's the song you got to play, right? By Aaliyah.
Or it wasn't me.
Because I can never spell Aaliyah, but I found it. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Aaliyah was so good.
Yeah.
So good. I was a side chick, for over a year and did not know I was.
Oh, that really is the Carly Pierce song.
The girl teamed up with me and we dumped him together. That
Good for
was
you.
over 18 years ago, and me and that girl are still friends. Well, how's about that?
What a funny story to tell, though, later.
Still friends.
Yahoo!
Good for you. That's fantastic. Let me see here. Oh, man, some of you sent some stuff in, but you also sent other stuff in, and because of Google and our text line, it buries them. There's one.
I didn't touch anything.
No, if you send a new one, it defaults back to the original text you sent.
Only after it's been opened.
I hate it.
I know.
I was a side chick because I found out my boyfriend at the time had another girlfriend without me knowing. So I got back at him by dating his best friend. And long story short, I got pregnant with his best friend. And looking back at it now, it was supposed to be to make him, my ex-boyfriend, jealous. And it turns out it failed. That's a hell of a backfire.
Yeah.
And now there's a baby. I showed you. Hold on, the baby's crying. Did you learn your lesson? Hold on, I have to pump. I'll be right back. But I think you won't mess with me anymore. Yeah, see, I'm not always the revenge sex with like a best friend or I don't know.
It's never
man.
a good idea.
I feel like, the karma you put out, karma that comes back.
Yeah.
Some people don't believe in karma, and I get that.
I do.
Karma's not always quick either. It's not always immediate. But I guess, what does it prove? Does it uncheat? I mean, does it take away what the guy or girl did to you? No. You know what I mean? It's like, I showed him I slept with this guy. Well,
yeah,
he still cheated on you. Well, I did it back to him. Okay. I guess.
Q92.
It's another warm and summer-like dry weather day. Our high today, 86 degrees, bright sun all day long, maybe a couple of clouds. Overnight lows tonight down to 60 with a clear and starry sky. I am Mark J. Weather from News 5.
92 finalist.
Guess congratulations are in order.
Q92, hello, who is this? Q92, hello, who is this?
Hi, this is Christy.
Hey, Christy, where are you calling from this morning?
I'm calling from Brewster.
All right, Christy, congratulations. You're caller number 10. You're now a finalist.
Awesome.
How would you like to win this Blackstone flat top grill for Father's Day?
That would be great.
Go to your husband or your father?
For my husband.
For your husband. He would love you very much if you won this for him on Father's Day. I guarantee you. Well,
he would.
Congratulations. You're now a finalist. We call the grand prize winner tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Maybe it'll be you. Just tell everyone in the station that's making you a finalist.
Q92.
You get a fast car.
So I have allwomenstalk.com. Go there every day. And it had kind of the 9 main reasons that people call off weddings. The things that can happen that can make you call off a wedding. Okay. Then I went down a hilarious rabbit hole on Reddit. Sometimes Reddit threads are fantastic.
Oh my gosh. I've spent way too much time reading comments on Reddit before.
I just put Reddit thread why you called off wedding, and it was like boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So first I'm just gonna quickly go through what these are, and they're kind of vague, but I don't want to read 8 paragraphs to you guys.
Sure.
So number one of the I don't know if they're in any particular order, but one of the reasons people call off weddings, deep uncertainty about the wedding. Is it cold feet or is it true uncertainty?
Like, why did you say yes then?
Pressure. People feel pressure. I believe that. I believe people feel pressure.
I always felt bad for the people that did the super public proposals, because what if she was like, whoa, it's slow roll. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's awkward.
Another one, you have a gut feeling this is not right. Again, this is from allwomenstalk.com.
Always trust your gut.
Your gut's just telling you this is not right. Something's
then
not.
Probably it's not.
Number 3, which to me should be number 1, pressure. If you feel pressured to get married, that's not good.
I could see that. I've known several people that maybe have gotten pregnant and had some pressure from their family to make it official, or, something along those lines. So it's like, I get that, because that doesn't mean that it's always right. I know somebody who had a child with their high school sweetheart, and parents on both sides were like, you need to get married. Yeah. I'll tell you what, they're great co-parents. They're just not great together.
I'd rather you be great co-parents than miserable parents together.
Like, they get along fine.
Show your kids nothing but fighting and stuff as they grow up.
Yeah.
Unresolved issues in the relationship. Things that are going on between you guys you haven't fixed yet. You haven't gotten to a compromise, not an agreement.
Yeah.
And you're still going to get married anyway with those things still lying there.
Sure.
Number 5, this is fair, cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating's probably a good reason to call off the marriage.
That would be number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say cheating followed by pressure.
Yeah.
Number 6, you're rushed. The whole thing feels rushed. Listen, when that marriage train gets going down the tracks, whoo, it can be tough to slow that baby down. And it can feel like you can't get off.
Right.
The train.
Christian.
Number 7, too many differences between you two. Too many differences.
I don't know. I just feel like you would know that before you got engaged.
I had a friend, dated a girl for 9 years.
Yeah.
Always off and on. Always off and on. They got married. It lasted 6 months.
Yeah. All right. That was your sign, though. Those several breakups.
First of all, you guys broke up a million times.
Right.
You dated for 9 years, but you just got married. Oh, well, that'll fix everything.
No, because once you get married, it's way harder to walk away.
She left him. I told you. Left him for a trucker.
10-4, good buddy.
Yeah, I guess.
That's awful.
I like your CB. I think I'm going to risk it all here. He wants you to change. He wants to change you.
Oh, that's never good.
And then I don't get number 9. You don't know enough. Don't know enough what?
Like, maybe you jump in with both feet. Like, those people that get engaged really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe that's what they mean?
Could be. So those are a lot of the reasons why. The main reasons why people, don't end up, or they call off the wedding. It takes balls to call off the wedding. I don't care whether you're mad, whether you're justified, or whether you're it takes balls to put a halt to the wedding train.
Yeah, it does. Well, I mean, it's embarrassing because you have to make that announcement.
You got to tell everybody. You might have to cancel things.
You're going to have to tell your parents who just paid for a lot of this. You know what I mean? Like if they've chipped in for the wedding. I don't know. On Facebook Live, we have somebody who chimed in and said, yep, I know someone who did. He caught his future wife hooking up with his brother just hours before the wedding.
His brother?
Yeah. I said, that is awful. That's terrible.
You got a new life. Am I bothering you? Do you wanna talk? We share the last line, then we drink the wall till we wanna talk. I go round and round, satellite, spinning out waiting for you to pull me in. I can see you lonely down there. Don't you know I like it right here? Spinning out waiting for you to pull me in. I can see you lonely down there. Don't you know that I am right here? I'm in an LA mood. Don't wanna talk to you. She said, give me a day or two. I go round and round, satellite.
With us on the radio. Obviously, we're going to be getting a finalist for everyone watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. All you got to do, go to the live video, click the like, put a comment in there. Yes?
Nothing.
Oh, are you just pointing with me?
Yeah.
All right. I point to a
We're directing traffic on the video stream.
Sometimes when I see that, I think you want to say like
no. Nope.
I'm like,
continue.
Nope. But you still have chances on the radio here with Nicolina right after us, with Keller this afternoon, and of course with Ryan. Oh, you're not gonna do that one. You're not gonna do that one. Okay. We can play the game. We can play the game.
Well played. Played, Bigglesworth.
Radio didn't get to see that, but still.
No, but if you were watching.
So that's what you got. You got more chances. Keep listening. And if you are a finalist, 8:00 tomorrow. You guys know the drill. We're calling the winner. And if we're ending one contest, we're kicking off another one.
Jim's still laughing over there.
We're gonna do that. That was for Jake.
His face got real red, too.
Oh, Lord. You never heard the story? You never heard the sermon about Ben? Jake knows about Ben.
You have to play it for her.
What happened to Ben, Jake? What did he do to Ben?
He punched him in the stomach.
Crumpled the kid.
The pastor did?
Yeah, I'll play it for you. I'll play it for you. I got it.
What in the world kind of church is this?
Dude, I TikTok shows you all these churches. Now, this is not a joke. Like, this is, if you watch the video, you clearly see this is a man preaching in front of a congregation at a church. Don't know the church, don't know where it is. But this is the Cliff Notes version. And if you listen yesterday, I'm sorry for hearing it again, but actually, no, because it's funny.
Day youth group, and he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God? I led that man to the Lord right there.
You let that man to the Lord.
Okay, great. I'm glad he found God, but at the same time,
I crumpled the kid.
What in the world?
What? Listen, he said clearly he was messing with him. He was pushing buttons.
And he was just trying to push my buttons. And
I
trying to
get
push his
that,
buttons.
but that violence is not the answer. I mean,
Well,
kids
in
will
the name
push
of-
your buttons. That's what they do.
I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid.
I would be so offended if I were a parent.
I love though how he ties it at the end.
I led that man to the Lord right there.
Oh, he's so proud of that punch. You can hear it in his voice.
Music. It is Q92. Christian and Lauren here with you on your Wednesday morning in the 9 o'clock hour. And this hour, we have another opportunity for you to become a finalist on the final day to do so for the Blackstone Flap Top Grill just in time for Father's Day. Be listening this hour. Then, of course, you'll have a chance to with Nicolina, Keller in the afternoon, Ryan at night. And then we call the grand prize winner tomorrow morning in the 8 o'clock hour. So if you're a finalist listening right now, make sure that phone's by you. Make sure you can pick it up. I don't care if you're at work, school, the dentist. Answer when we call, because we're telling you to come pick up your huge, amazing Blackstone Flat Top Grill just in time for Father's Day. So that's coming up later on this hour and later on today. Gonna have some fun here in the 9 o'clock hour, though, Lauren. Here, one thing what we love talking about, we're both always interested in, is the housing market. And we're going to be talking to some friends of ours here coming up about that. And it's going to be a good conversation. Hold on, Lauren. Well, that wasn't me this time.
It's not me. Can you hear me?
Was that Jake? Was that you? It was Jake. Jake. Yeah, what was on Jake? No, I did the
Thanks,
thing.
Jake.
Way to go, Jake. But
coming up, we're going to be joined by Antonio Valdez from the Valdez team at Keller Williams and Cliff Cox from Cross Country Mortgage. We're going to talk about the listing process. I know in the past, a lot of our listeners have had a lot of real estate questions, and it's really hard because, you go to get a loan and you fill out a form online and then you get a million phone calls, or, you reach out some way online to find out about the listing process. How much can I afford? What does it take to list my house? And you get bombarded again by, people calling, trying to get your business. And what's really cool is Antonio and Cliff come in studio and they'll answer all your questions, no strings attached, and give you the guidance that you need to list your house and to give you some ideas on what you can do to get your house ready to hit the market. So it's always fun when they join us. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're going to be, you can watch them along on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I haven't seen yet, but I know Antonio always comes dressed to the nine.
Always. He's the smooth dresser. So
swag. He's got some swag with the outfit. So he'll be in here with us at Cliff. And again, like you said, we'll be talking about the listing process, all that. But if you guys have any questions about, you're looking to buy or you're looking to sell and you have some questions, things you need answered, these guys are great guys. They're honest guys. And they're going to give you those answers you need. So feel free to start sending them on the text line at 330-269-9292. You can also post them in the comments section on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. As long as we see them, we will make sure we ask them for you. Or as you're listening along and you hear something hits your head, you go, wait a minute, ask away. They have no problem answering any of your guys' questions. So I think it's awesome to always know what's going on with the housing market. I think it's very interesting. And I think it's changing all the time. I think there's always some variables. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say what's really cool about these two guys. I've actually known both of them for a very long time. But what's cool about it is they're super local guys. They both were born and raised here in Stark County. Well, they live in Stark County. One of them I know for sure was born and raised here. And so who better else to talk about this market than people who live and work in this market? So you'll get accurate information with knowledge.
I like looking at you on video.
Do you?
You look like a reporter that's covering a war somewhere in a conference room at a hotel. You
look, no. You want to see? So listen, we had to figure this out because my husband is working remotely too from our Airbnb this week. So I actually, because of our bedrooms and the way the house is set up, my kids are downstairs, and because I'm louder because of the show, I ended up getting booted from the office, and I'm upstairs. So literally, look at this. You're gonna laugh.
Oh yeah.
There's our master. There's our master. Over there is our laundry room. I'm in our bedroom.
That is old. Where are you staying? At Thomas Jefferson's old mansion? Where are you staying?
So I am actually in Georgetown, South Carolina. We're staying in the historic district. And little fun fact, Georgetown is the second oldest city in South Carolina. And I got to tell you, like, I literally took trash out to the trash can this morning, and the neighbors were like, good morning, good morning. I'm like, what are you guys doing up? Like, back home, I never see any of our neighbors, but they're up. We're right across the street from a school. School is still in session down here in Georgetown, South Carolina. So, we've seen a lot of school buses. We've seen the police drive by a few times waving. Literally, it is like the sweetest little town right on the coast. We're right on an inlet, and we're a few steps away from like the main street right on the water. So It's gorgeous, but our Airbnb has been completely remodeled, but it is a historical.
It is a historical. It's got that rustic look.
It definitely does. You should see the kitchen. The kitchen's actually my favorite part of the entire place. It's got the floating shelves. It's got the old brick that was original to the house. It's got a gorgeous island. I mean, I could live here. Definitely.
Would you?
No, but I here at the house.
I could Ocean City, Maryland, and I could.
Listen, they have these bugs that pale. They make stink bugs look like ants. Last night we were sitting outside after we got here at my sister-in-law's house because they literally live like up over the bridge, like a mile and a half away, and they have these bugs, and they're just native to down here. They call them palmetto bugs, but I'll tell you what, they are ridiculously huge. They fly around like stink bugs, and they scare the crap out of me. So that alone would probably snuff out any potential for actually living here 24/7.
Gotcha. Totally understand.
But I love it here. This town is absolutely gorgeous. If you get a chance to visit, it's right between Myrtle and Charleston. So.
All right, coming up, folks, we got to look at the forecast for Mark Johnson. Then we'll be talking homes with Antonio Valdez, the Valdez team at Keller Williams, and Cliff Cox from Cox Country Mortgage. They'll be joining us. But again, forecast for Mark Johnson coming up as well right here on Q92. Hey. Quite a few text messages to go through. So let's see what some of you bought after your divorces, after you went through that list from Women's Day of things guys have in common with divorces, and one of them is purchases. We said men or women. What was your purchase? New golf club, someone says in the text line.
Okay.
Jim Guy here. I went on a 3-week vacation and realized I was way better off.
See, I think sometimes you need that. You need to step away and clear your head.
It shocks me that some men are shocked when the warning signs were there. In my case, I told my ex if he didn't start helping by working and helping with the kids and attending counseling, this was going to end. He was shocked when I said I want a divorce.
All right, you fired a warning shot. He's just
I can't
he
blame
was dumb.
Yeah, you actually said it to his face.
Right.
You're like, whatever.
Jeez, kid.
You want to leave all this? I'm not working. What are you going to do without all this? Good luck finding someone better. I bought a new car after my divorce.
Oh, okay.
This is the girl here. Sold my ring and went on a cruise.
Oh, good for you.
I'd love to have an open discussion one morning about cruises, by the way. I'm so 50-50.
I am so 0%.
I hear great and I hear awful things. And I don't want to talk about it now. But one day I do. I want to have a serious cruise discussion with you people on this morning show.
I'm with you.
Speaking of cruise, I'll use this in the background now. For this hit.
Nice, yeah.
Let's see what else you guys made. My big purchase was a Mustang convertible after the divorce. Damn. I dropped 210 pounds and I got a divorce, a deadbeat husband. I also treated myself to some ink therapy. Got yourself a tat-a-tat-tat.
Very nice. Good for you.
Years ago, my husband bought a 3D TV without telling me and almost became my ex-husband. That was good. That was good. That was good.
That was really good.
Well done. After my divorce, I went and paid cash for a brand new Ford F-150 Raptor because while married, she wouldn't let me buy one. Boom.
Yeah, you go.
I bought a Corvette, the exact same one she told me no to.
See, cars seems to be cars and vacations.
After my split, I took time for myself and rebuild, and I bought a new sports car.
See?
By the way, I'm still single. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I wish that stigma of...
I know some people that just prefer
And they
that
are
way.
happy.
Yeah.
And they
or
are happy.
like they'll have somebody serious, but they don't want to commit to marriage. You know what I mean? But they have their nights where they just go home and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're happier than most married
That's
people.
right. I say to each their own. If that works for you, then great.
Call it Sunday breakfast bonanza now. We make it every Sunday.
Oh, it's very nice.
Eggs, sausage, pancakes, toast. We do it all.
Hash browns?
No, we don't go hash browns.
No.
We go with, like I said, sausage, bacon, eggs, pancakes, waffles. We kind of do all of that. And just fill up the table. That's our, like, tradition on Sundays. More like a brunch than a breakfast.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I love breakfast food. My fave.
Sunday breakfast bonanza is fantastic. You guys, if you're not doing it, you should try it. Little work, and breakfast food does get cold quickly.
If you have a Blackstone, though, it really helps because you can make it all almost at the same time.
Could you not? Go bacon in the oven, sausage links in the pan, eggs in the pan, toasters running. Keep it going.
Q92.
It's another warm and summer-like dry weather day. Our high today, 86 degrees, bright sun all day long, maybe a couple of clouds. Overnight lows tonight down to 60 with a clear and starry sky. I am Art J. Weather from News 5.
Hello to Chemical right here on today's hit music. It is Q92. It is 9:22. And do not forget, if you're listening, for a chance to become a finalist for that Blackstone flat top grill for Father's Day, we will be getting a finalist later on this hour. You have an opportunity this hour with us. Also, your last chances with Nicolina, with Keller, and with Ryan tonight are going on today. And if you are a finalist, I remind you, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're calling the grand prize winner. So all that's coming up here on the show this morning. Lauren joining us from South Carolina. Looks like she's in government witness protection, but there she is in the room, chilling, hanging out. And now it is a pleasure to be joined yet again on the show by Antonio Valdez from the Valdez team at Keller Williams, and Cliff Cox, Cross Country Mortgage, will be joining us here this morning. Oh, look at those graphics they got for you guys. You see that? That's pretty good, is it not?
So good, right?
Looks real good. Need you guys on the mic a little bit.
I think it looks great. Thank you for putting that together.
That is awesome. All right. Well, let's get into everything here, Lauren. Let's talk about the housing market. It's something that's so many people are interested in. A lot of people, even if they're not buying or selling, just love to follow the housing market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, we all watch those reality television shows and we're like, oh, let's get our house ready to sell on the market. And one of the biggest things that friends of mine who have gotten ready to sell their home is like, one of their first questions is, what can I do to up the curb appeal? How can I help it sell faster? How can I get my home ready to actually put on the market? So I was hoping that you guys could shine a little light on that today and kind of let some of our listeners who might be interested in listing their home on the market know what you find are like the key things that you can do to get your house ready for market.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you hit it right on the spot. It's the curb appeal, because that's the first thing the buyer is going to see as soon as they walk up. So simple, cheap, easy thing you can do. And I just helped a client with this on Sunday with mulch. The mulch beds were already weeded, ready to go. So we picked up 2 yards, took only 2 hours, cost $65, 2 hours at your time. It really just freshens the look. As soon as the buyers pull up, fresh flowers, really nice, sets the tone as soon as you walk in the door.
Is that? I'm sorry, Lauren. I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead, Christian. Go ahead.
I think that's something that people might not. They always think, well, I got to redo the kitchen, I got to redo the bathroom, which are things you might very well have to do. Yeah. But I think that what you just touched on kind of is a subtle thing that maybe people don't think of that can mean a lot when someone comes up, because sometimes a potential buyer could be turned off, like you said, just from looking at the outside of the house.
Right, because if you can handle something easy and quick like that, it's a cheap fix versus, like you said, doing a whole kitchen or bathroom. And every house, you don't have to do that. It's situational. Yes, we will recommend update this, fix that, paint that, if we have the conversation ahead of time that, hey, I have some funds set aside. What can I do? Where can I spend this money the most to get the most impact when we go to sell? Mm-hmm. But again, little things like mulch, those are little tasks that a buyer really doesn't want to do. The more effort you can put into the house so it's more move-in ready, the better your chances are of selling it quick versus doing nothing to it, overpricing it, doing nothing, and then all the feedback needs work, overpriced, stuff like that. Be smart about the game plan. We'll help you with whatever your goal is. If you want to invest the money now to get money out of it, we can guide you through that process. If you don't have the funds, that's okay. We can sell it as is, but we'll make sure to price it accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was something I was going to ask next off that question is, if someone's listening right now and they want to put their home up, but there's someone who unfortunately isn't in a situation to, all right, let me put thousands of dollars in to redo a bathroom, redo a bedroom, repaint everything. If that's not, like you said, they have to be a little more realistic.
Exactly. And like Lauren touched, as soon as she came on, a lot of people will watch those shows. They're very unrealistic. So I always tell people, shut those shows off because you are going to be looking at more than one house. I don't understand how the shows, I forget what it was called. They maybe put $5,000 into the house and all of a sudden it's worth $100,000 more. I'm like, how is this happening? It's not real.
It's so funny every time we talk to anyone in the housing industry. You despise those shows because they give people a false reality. And I think people that watch those shows, no offense, when I watch them myself sometimes, but A, they think they're a realtor, and then B, they believe everything they see on TV.
And that's the problem. But like you said, going back to your question or what you were saying, we can list the house in original condition. I like to call them it's grandma's house. Hasn't done anything. It's maybe a mid-century house. We can sell them, and we do, but obviously there's a game plan. We're not going to price it at the top of its market value, because if you have a $200,000 house that's ready to go, move-in ready, and you've got grandma's house listed at the exact same price, most buyers are going to walk toward a move-in ready house. But those original conditions homes, they can appeal to buyers because not every buyer is looking for move-in ready. So buyers, I have a couple now that are looking for project houses, and we actually have renovation loans, and maybe Cliff can touch on that, how exactly they work. You can put the cost of the renovation into your loan. So maybe we can speak on that.
I find that very interesting, Cliff. I didn't even know that was something that's available to people. So if someone's like, man, I'm buying the house, I want to fix it up, you could actually apply for a renovation loan to help you do just that.
Yes, that's exactly right. Because everybody's situation is different. And so whether you're going to be the seller that, may have some, expensive repairs, like, for that one client that knows that, hey, like they got to get their septic replaced, or, they got to get the roof, redone, or if there was water damage, things like that in the basement, something that they know that they may have a hard time selling in order to, get what they want out of it. That's where, renovation loans can come in, and here at Cross Country, we have, just the best overall renovation team from start to finish. And we make sure that we go over each and every type of renovation that the borrower can possibly qualify for, and let them know, okay, these are the types of things that are going to help increase the value. There are certain things that may not be, that's mostly just, like when you're talking appliances and things like that, that may not increase the value, but it's still going to, make, the overall transaction, that when they get the house ready to sell, much more appealing for everybody. We can totally customize it depending upon the situation and the repairs and what needs done to make sure their house gets ready. Or for even a buyer that's wanting to buy the property, then they can kind of customize it the way that they want with, the renovations and upgrades that they're envisioning. It's a great process, and our team is amazing. Okay,
so let's just say I'm in the market to list my home. I've decided to make the jump. And one of the things that, like, I know somebody in particular, obviously not in Ohio, not in our market, but I think it still applies. They have a very eclectic taste, let's just say. Their home is a lot of bright colors, things like that. And they were told by their real estate agent that they might want to consider painting the entire house a neutral color before listing it. Is that solid advice? Is that because some people want to customize their paint colors? Is that bad advice, thinking they might just paint it anyhow? I feel like paint is the quickest way to kind of give a house a facelift. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I totally agree. And not only that, it's also cheap. You're maybe talking $30 for a gallon of paint. So it's something relatively easy. I think any homeowner can do. If you're not a good painter, I would recommend hiring out, do a professional job. Yeah, totally. I've had those situations where the house wasn't eclectic like that, but I think it had maybe 5 or 6 colors from where I was standing in the one room. I'd see, orange, green, yellow, which is fine if that's your taste. But again, you're putting the market on the house to sell, so you want to appeal to as many buyers as possible. So whether you may think, gray or beige is boring, it's a very neutral base that can go with pretty much any color furniture or decor. So that's really why you want to do that, to appeal to many. And you'll see the payoff, I think. And that's what we talk about, move-in ready. When you can eliminate as many projects for the next buyer, all they have to do is unbox their stuff and join the new house. Those are the houses that are going to sell fast and for more than your asking price. So
okay,
for that, I have market stats this time. We'll talk about what markets are on fire right now.
Oh, that's great. Coming up, we were going to do just that.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what markets are on fire, where are the hot spots, we're going to talk about that here coming up. If you have any questions, send them in. You can text them to us. 330-269-9292. It's AJR World Smiles Violin right here on Q92. I always get calls from my DoorDasher. It infuriates me. And I don't get it. All right, we're condos.
You get mad that they call you?
Yes.
Oh.
What? Because they can't find my condo. And I'm sorry, but like, what What about the 4 numbers of my address that are literally on the garage? Do you not see? Plain as day, hi.
Touche.
And they come in there. Are you in the apartments behind the condos? I'm like, no, we're the condos. And I say the numbers, and they go, oh yeah, oh there's the number right there. I'm like,
do you have a front porch light?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
Well.
And the 4 numbers of the address are literally on the garage of the condo.
I know.
The color's gray. The numbers are bright white.
Yeah.
So I can't. I try to like see their point of view, and I'm like, I don't. And they always go, "Oh my God, it's right there." I'm always, yeah, it is. I don't want to speak with you. I just want you to drop the food off.
I know.
I don't like human interaction.
That's
it's not
kind of
you.
the point of DoorDash.
Yeah, it's not you. I don't like human interaction that much.
It's not you personally.
Yeah,
it's
not
all
you.
humans.
You could be anyone, and I'd be like, I don't want to talk to you. Anyone. No, I just for some reason I always get a call, and it always says DoorDash. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Well,
hi, I'm your dasher. I don't know where you are. Where are you? Are you by the apartments or the condos before you get to the apartments?
Yeah, that would be kind of annoying.
Like, yeah, and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm right in front of it. Yeah.
Thanks for the call, though, buddy.
Yeah, I just don't understand. It's AJR, world's smallest violin, right here on today's hit music, Q92, getting closer and closer to that cue to call for the Blackstone flat top grill for Father's Day. You want to win it tomorrow, you got to become a finalist today. It's your final opportunity. You're listening for that cue to call all day, all afternoon, all evening with your live and local radio station here, Q92. Again, pleasure to be joined in the studio here. We're talking about the housing market with Antonio Valdez, the Valdez team at Keller Williams, and Cliff Cox here from Cross Country Mortgage. And we got more questions for him here, Lauren.
Yeah, we sure do. So let's talk a little bit about our markets, where the hottest places are right now that are moving in the area, and who's getting the most for their homes and where.
Yep, perfect. I have that with me. By the way, before I do that, thanks for playing Snoop Dogg. That's
hey, got you, man. Hey, you dress that snazzy, you get Snoop Dogg. It's a fact.
I love it. All right, so I do have stats for 5 cities, and I also have Starkett Summit. But I can say number 1 of the cities I brought here, if you live in Uniontown, you are doing amazing. So just for reference, this exact same time last year, May 2022, average sale price was $308,797, which is amazing. But what's even more amazing is the sale price is up 16%. So right now, the average sale price in Uniontown is $341,466. So that's an increase of $46,335.
Uniontown getting it done right now, huh?
No. So what else do we have? Who is doing really good? Canton's doing good. North Canton, from where I'm from, is also doing amazing. So May of last year, average sale price was $263,849. Right now, in May of 2023, average sale price is $295,894. So we're up 13%, close to $33,000 up from last year. So that's why I love it when people say, "Oh, I'm going to wait till the market slows down or crashes because they get scared." I'm like, you said that last year. Now you're paying $30,000 for the same house. So that's why I say turn the shows off. Don't pay attention to the national headlines. Find someone like us who's local, who can have the stats, more real world, what's happening around us.
Well, it's a good point. You mentioned that. Like, I feel like for 2 years, we've been saying it's going to slow down. Yep. It's going to slow down. And despite everything, it hasn't, has it?
It's not slowing down. I mean, this month was insanely busy for me. I've got, I had a listing. I think Lauren asked me last time, or maybe it was you, Christian, are homes still going over asking price?
Right.
Sure enough, they are. So I had the one down there in Malvern, listed for $199, was only on the market for 5 days. We got multiple offers. They accepted a cash deal, listed for $199, sold at $210, cash deal. So we closed in 2 weeks. So that was awesome. There's another listing going active today. We'll have another one tomorrow. And I've got 3 buyers currently under contract right now. So people are still buying, people are still selling. There's lots of moving parts. So it's whether we're on the buying or selling side, it's still very much active.
I know we asked you this last time too, but and you just alluded to it. Still a lot of cash buyers out there?
Absolutely. Still the second most popular way to buy. So, and it's cash is king. Like that example, we did have 2 offers that were a little higher, but they weren't cash. So this one allowed them to, we closed it in 2 weeks. We allowed us to remove our contingency when we go to buy. So, and I have them under contract. I'm meeting them after I leave here to their home inspection is where I'm going next.
So that's not drying up yet.
It is absolutely not drying. My head's spinning. I mean, I've been all over the place. It's been crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
Just really quick. So just to kind of recap, and I want to kind of hear the top 3 things from you and then from Cliff. You're getting ready to list your home on the market. Top 3 things that you should do right away. And then for Cliff, the follow-up would be you're getting ready to buy, because obviously when you sell a home, you're going to be going into another home. What are the top 3 things you should do to prepare yourself financially to move into that next sale?
Yeah, for selling, like I said, easy one, curb appeal. And that could be as easily as just spreading down some mulch, flowers, painting your front door if needed. Another huge one that's easy, anyone can do themselves, is declutter, especially if you don't have a lot of square footage. You want to make sure the clients who are coming in to look at your house have enough space to walk through it. They're not feeling crammed. There's a bunch of stuff in the basement where they can't move around. Show off the floor space as much as you can. And the other thing I would say, finish up any projects, any unfinished projects you've been staring at the last few years that you're not going to do. You're tired of your husband not doing it, or whoever, you're tired of just staring at it. Get it done, because the buyer who's coming in, they're going to see that too. And like I said, they want to be able to do nothing but just unbox and start living. They don't want to take on your projects, because if
they're going to want to talk to your husband about why he didn't do that honey-do list task.
Because if they're seeing 3 houses that day, and let's say you don't have transition in your flooring, or there's holes in your flooring, holes in your walls, and then the next house they go see all this is taken care of, moving ready, chances are they're going to pass on your house and go to the next one. So easy things like that you can do that I would say are relatively not expensive. I'm all for it.
There's a text before we get to you, Cliff. A text someone is just questioning, saying, what about the people that bought homes at 2 to 3% interest rates? They're not going to sell their homes, which will cause a shortage in the market. Any truth to that?
I mean, the comfort level that we've been hearing a lot from people right now, at least from a mortgage rate standpoint, is very similar to that. I mean, a lot of people that have the 2 and 3% mortgage rates right now. I mean, I would say right now, the most people that have a rate under 5% is pretty substantial. Just because everybody did take advantage of the refi boom or purchasing the properties and that. So, but I mean, then again, people's situations too. You got, families that are growing, you're getting more kids, you're wanting to, relocate with jobs. It's all about, being smarter, not just working harder, guys. You know what I mean? And just making sure that you're set up, just for success for your family. Like every client that I meet with, I look at their total, outcoming, evaluation in regards to their income and what they want to spend each month. Okay, so I'm like, look, they could absolutely be pre-approved for a lot more than they actually and truly want to spend, with their family to make it make sense. So, I mean, that's another unique thing that I do when Antonio sends me, his clients to get pre-approved. It just kind of leads into my, my top 3 things. I make sure I take a look at their overall evaluation. I'm like, okay, guys, let's discuss where are you at financially? How are everything as far as, do you have a little bit of money to put down for your down payment closing costs? Do we have a property to sell? Have you met with Antonio to discuss, what you think you're going to net from the sale of your home? Let's get that set up. And then we take a look at credit. We take a look at their credit situation to see where they're at, to see which programs that could, be offered up to them that's going to really maximize their buying power for their situation. And then I look at, job time. I look at, credit, at all those types of things, is that we make sure that we take a look at to make sure that they're going to be in the best possible situation to buy. So anybody that's out there that's looking to, decide if they're ready to buy or they're thinking they're ready to kind of, start that process, is just make sure, get your credit in order. If you have questions, you can call me. I would love to have a credit analysis with you and to kind of discuss maybe where you're at. And if there's certain things, if I need to help with credit repair or things like that to get you ready to go, we can absolutely do that. Start putting a little bit of money away. You want to try to factor in at least 3 to 5%, I would say, to try to save up to use towards your down payment and towards your closing costs. That's a good kind of general rule of thumb, the funds you want to try to set up. Plus, we can even discuss, possible down payment assistance programs, gift funds, things like that. Anything that we can do, to make sure that they're going to, maximize their buying power to get the house they need. And once I get these clients in, I really want to make sure that I'm putting most of them already through underwriting, which makes their offer almost as good as cash. I know Antonio had mentioned cash is king right now, but we have this fast track program at Cross Country Mortgage where we can put everything through underwriting. What does that mean? That means that I have already had an underwriter take a look at them. I've already verified, not just their credit, but their assets, and everything else in regards to, the rest of the process. And so really, the only thing that we're going to really need is home insurance, property appraisal, title work, things like that. So they're pretty much fully approved and ready to go. So it's a great program, and it's just another opportunity to help get a client into a house.
What's interesting talking to you now, Cliff? This is the second time you've been on the show, and you kind of alluded to it both times. Is you're not interested in just getting a client in and being like, you're approved for this, go. Like you guys want to make sure at Cross Country Mortgage that like you're not setting anybody up to fail. And I think that's important because I don't think every company does that, and not that they have to either. But you guys really want to see, okay, I don't want to put you in a situation where you're going to end up in trouble a year or two from now. Let's really look at your situation, case by case, and see what's best for you.
No, that is 100% true. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I got back into this business in 2002. So, I mean, I've always had, not just the passion with finance and with, trying to figure out different ways for, to help clients, but the mortgage process is just such a big thing and such an important thing for a person to be able to obtain. I mean, it's a huge thing. I mean, and I value that. And at Cross Country, they are behind, 100% with not just with my values, but, the way that I want to help clients. And it's not just about, getting them a rate and all those kinds of things. That has nothing to do with it. Rate is obviously important, but I mean, we're figuring out the best situation for them and the best options, from start to finish is what really is going to benefit the client the most. And they remember that. And I think that's why, I've been so successful in this business and getting referrals, from clients and things like that. That's because I truly care and we take the time to do it right. That's what's nice about what Cross Country does. We're all consummate professionals in what we do. And we have the team and the resources, to back that up. So it's a great thing.
And I'll piggyback off that too. I think we're both really good. We focus on educating our clients because, like I said, we don't want to just throw them out there and say, "Oh yeah, you want to buy a $400,000 house? Go ahead."
Right.
And I think that's the difference between a pre-qual and a pre-approval. That's a little more in depth, saying, "Okay, yeah, you absolutely qualify for this," versus saying, like I said, 400, and you're hoping you qualify for that. But then, 2 weeks later, when we find the house and we get the approval, oh, you know what, 300 you approved for it. So education is key, really taking the time to figure out every client's situation, what their needs and wants are, and helping them achieve that.
I love it, you guys. This is very interesting. I like learning about this stuff. It's interesting to see. I always like the updates too on where it's hot, what's going on. So there's a lot going on right now. It's very busy.
And we can do that I have cities, but we can do this by school district, even by neighborhood. So, if listeners are interested, let us know what you want to hear next time. Let us know where you live. Maybe we'll bring in the top 5 votes by the listener or school districts, anything.
What is the hot school district around? Like, is there like what? I'm not to put you on the spot. Yeah. I probably just did. I'm sorry.
I totally did.
I'm sorry. I just wondering, like, if that, because that matters to people. Sometimes.
I'm gonna probably say like North Kent, because you're gonna see North Kent schools in there in the Uniontown district. And like I said, they're up $46,000 from last year. So.
And the schools can do a lot to determine the housing market, can't they?
Absolutely. Like especially North Kent, we have the new schools being built now. They're going to be open next year. So especially that area right in Maine, right in downtown, I think house values you're going to see an increase.
Lauren?
No, I couldn't agree more. North Canton's a great place to live.
So I did that. I knew you wanted to get that in. All right.
Thank you for teeing that up.
Yeah, it's like, Gordon, you want to talk about how great it is in North Canton?
It's wonderful.
Fantastic. Before we let you guys go, Antonio, Cliff, please, anyone that's listening that heard this today, wants to get a hold of you guys, wants your help, how can they reach out to either one of you guys?
Yeah, you can reach me personally on my cell phone. Is always the best way to get to me. You can call or text at 330-933-2485. And if there's anyone out there listening on the fence about listing your house and maybe you just want to know what it's worth, free gift to you guys. You can do just that. Get a free CMA. Go to the Valdez Team CMA.com and that will be sent to you right away. And then you can call us for a consultation. Everything's free, no pressure. Like I said, we want to educate you so you have the decisions and the information you need to move forward with the buying or selling process.
Yes, thanks, Antonio. That's perfect, and that's pretty much the same with me, guys. Anybody that's out there that just has questions about the mortgage process, what type of programs, that they might be able to qualify for, we have them all. So what I want to make sure and do is just help you in any way that I possibly can, and the best way to reach me is my cell phone as well, because that's my direct line that I have on me all the time, and that number is 330-495-7890. Okay, and then I'll get you in touch with not just myself, with my team, and get you an email out just with my apply now link, so you can click on that and start the mortgage application. You can put in your basic information, all that kind of good stuff, and I can take a look at it all and give you a call, and we'll have a nice consultation to see what we can do to get you into a property, or at least get you ready to be.
There you go. Antonio Valdez, the Valdez team at Keller Williams, and Cliff Cox from Cross Country Mortgage joining us again. They'll be back, and again, they'll update us on the housing market, the hot school, all that stuff you guys, all the questions you have, they'll update you, because it's never changing, isn't it? Never stops.
It's unreal right now. Like I said, May has been absolutely nuts.
There you go. And if you missed those numbers, go back to our live video. We always leave these up on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. The graphics will be up here on this part of the show in the interview that you're seeing right now, with both their phone numbers to reach out and get a hold of them for your housing needs. Thank you guys for stopping in again. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you guys for having us. I always enjoy our time.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Let's take care of some business right now.
Call now to win a flat top grill for Father's Day only from Q92.
All right, that's your cue to call. Want to be in the running to win that grill for Father's Day? I'm talking about the Blackstone flat top grill. Be calling number 10 right now. We're going to make you a finalist on the final day to do so. 330-450-9292. Caller 10, good luck. Oh, God, if we're going to do, I found another one. A man, this guy is very upset that people aren't reading their Bible.
Okay. Like regular Bible reading.
Like reading it cover to cover.
Like doing devotions in the morning.
He is very mad.
Okay.
And this one goes a little off the rails, too.
Did you read it first before you hand it out? Probably not. And I can guess why. Because the same kind of person who's too lazy to read the back of the church tract is the same kind of person who's too lazy to read their Bible cover to cover.
Just so you know, that was the Bible he was slamming on the table.
Let's just beat it around.
And it's the same kind of people who want to go by what somebody says instead of what this book says.
I've been missing church, apparently. I
was going to say, what is happening up in these churches?
If I knew church was this fun, I'd have been going. I don't come back a long time ago. Just like he slams down the.
Because the same kind of person who's too lazy to read the back of the church tract is the same kind of person who's too lazy to read their Bible cover to cover.
First of all, it's a long book.
I would love to see the faces of the congregation that he is speaking to right now.
First of all, it's like a Harry Potter book. It's a lot. So cover to cover the Bible, that's a lot to ask.
I mean, it's
a lot.
It is. That's why they say do devotions and stuff. That way you can work your way through it. It's not like sit down and don't get up until you finish it. It's not like that.
It's not like reading Green Eggs and Ham.
Well, no.
Sam, I am. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm going to try to find new preaching every day. Help you guys. You know, the Lord's important.
Yes, he is.
And we need to know. Ben knows.
Ben sure knows.
Ben knows. Ben has a real good idea.
Yeah.
I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I said,
Ben.
I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God? I led that man to the Lord right there.
Yeah, you did. Amen.
With physical violence, I'm sure that God would be proud.
Oh, God. Someone said, "Oh, let's not go down the Bible road." It's almost made up like Harry Potter, too. We don't know that. Hell, for all we know, Harry Potter's real. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure we know that. He's not.
Who's to say wizards were never among us? If witches can be around, why can't wizards?
Yeah.
We
Sure.
had witch trials.
We did.
When we have wizard trials.
I've been there. I've seen their graves and where it all happened.
I know you visited the sites.
I did.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, evil. Have you ever in your life
You're
wanted
going
to put
to
a
be
toe in your
arrested.
mouth?
A toe in my mouth?
Have you ever, other than maybe Jimmy's, like to kiss them?
That is the cutest
It
thing
is
in the
really
world.
cute.
That
I've
is the
done it.
cutest thing in the world.
But an adult's toe, have you ever had the urge?
I don't hate feet. I'm not necessarily a
Have you ever wanted to suck them though?
wanted. I'm sure I have.
Like suck a toe?
I'm sure I have.
Ugh.
I'm not boring, Lauren. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm not missionary only. Lights off.
you're so dumb.
All right, that is.
You're so dumb.
I'm not.
I have never.
And no
though.
talking. No talking.
Mm.
But there is a huge difference in that with two consenting adults and going into a stranger's hotel room.
I get it.
Sounds like the guy from Mr. Deeds that loved changing socks.
You know,
crazy.
I know you've always told me about the foot fetish and all that kind of stuff. We've had discussions off air about this.
Christian, no, don't lie on air. I'm just lie. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I was watching TikTok last night. It's so weird that this topic came up. And some lady, you know where they go up to people and they're like, all right, what's your name? What do you do for a living? How much do you make? And it'll be like a bunch of different professions in different cities, like, and how much they make. And the girl was like, I don't want to tell you. And she's like, why? When she asked her what she did for a living. She's like, I sell foot pictures and videos. And she's like, on OnlyFans? She's like, no, there's a website called Fun with Feet.
Or Foot Finder.
Well, it's called Fun with Feet, the one she was talking about. She's like, how much have you made this year? And she's like, I'm really close to $100,000. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So obviously the foot fetish obsession is a lot larger than any of us know or are willing to admit, obviously.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's a money maker. And it's not even, think about the girls on OnlyFans. You're not even doing that. You're just taking off a sock.
Yeah.
The early 40s are when typical Americans start noticing telltale signs of aging, including gray hair and joints that begin cracking. Interesting.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. Thank God. I don't have gray hairs yet.
None at all.
No.
Really? That's interesting.
And I mean, like, I need to get I would see it still in my roots. Like, I'm due for my hair to get done in the next week, but I would see it and I don't. But here's the thing, too. My mom was in her early 60s before she started getting some gray hairs. So I'm hoping I take after her in that regard.
Yeah. I know girls that start getting gray. I wouldn't say gray hair, but like strands.
Oh, when we got married, one of my bridesmaids had to get her hair dyed right before the wedding because she was showing grays. She was in her 20s.
See, that's yeah.
I mean, her mom started going gray early too.
I swear, and I have no scientific way to back this up or prove this. I swear to you, my chin and my goatee now is pretty much gray, and it sucks. But I feel like it'd be such a douchey thing to go get like
just for men.
Yeah, and start dyeing my because I like kind of having some facial hair.
No, that's my husband. He's great too, and he's the same way you are. He's like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm like,
I'm okay with the salt and pepper look.
I'm not gonna come in one day and all of a sudden have dark brown face.
I know, be like, whoa.
Nope, this is me. It's always been me.
I would die if you walked in here.
Nothing to see
I don't know
here.
if I could look at you all morning like that.
And again, I have nothing to prove this with. Nothing to back this up with. This is me talking out of my ass. I swear to you, the gray in my chin part, overnight after I had COVID.
Hey, you know what?
And I have nothing to prove that with.
No, I get
have
that
no,
though.
but I'm telling you, I had a little, but you'd almost have to be up close.
It could have been coincidental, or it could have been that. Who knows?
When I got COVID in the height of COVID,
right?
Not the second time I got
when you were like,
I swear to you, after I got over COVID, like in a week, I looked in the mirror and went, "What in the blue hell?" Q92, hello, who is this?
Dory.
Dory, where are you calling from this morning?
Canton, Ohio.
All right, Dory, congratulations. You're caller 10. You're now a finalist.
Woohoo!
You get this grill. Who are you giving it to?
Probably my son-in-law.
Your son-in-law would get a grill for Father's Day. That would make you the best mother-in-law in all the land. You know that?
Yes.
All right. Just tell everybody the station that's making you a finalist this morning.
Q92.
Well, congratulations. Another finalist in the books. Ready to go? You've got a couple more chances to become a finalist for this grill. With Nicolina, with Keller, and with Ryan. Tonight we call the grand prize winner tomorrow at 8 a.m. So good luck to all the finalists, and good luck to everyone trying to become a finalist the rest of today. That's going to do it for us, Lauren.
Yes, we are done.
We'll be back tomorrow morning. We will be, of course, calling the grand prize winner of this grill for Father's Day. DM Dummies tomorrow. Going to be a fun show. Of course, Lauren in South Carolina for a family event. You going to do any ocean stuff today before the event?
Probably not today, because we have to be at graduation fairly early not early afternoon, early evening, if you will, and start getting ready for that. But we are going to have dinner on the water tonight to celebrate my. Yeah. What did you say?
Long John Silver's?
No.
I didn't know. Unless you want an authentic seafood. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
No, there's a cute little restaurant here on the boardwalk called Town Tavern where you can eat right out on the water. So I think that's where we're going to dinner tonight to celebrate my niece's graduation. But maybe tomorrow and Friday evenings we'll head over to the beach for a little while. But again, both my husband and I are working while we're down here. So no fun until after 4.
All right. We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning at 7. You guys have a great day. Nicolina's in here next. It's Jelly Roll Need a Favor on Q92.